Hello and welcome to Streamers and Stories episode 8 already. Today we have NotTonje, Abby and Avi. And now I'd love to have you all introduce yourself. Avi, do you want to tell the stream who you are and welcome in?
Well, hello all. I'm Avithall, but please call me Abby. I'm also a friend of Viev in real life. She's absolutely amazing. But I'm also a content creator, actually a Twitch streamer for 8 years right now. I'm a cat mom of 3 cats, and I like to play a lot of different games. Like I like GTA, Call of Duty, Overwatch, but like also horror games from time to time. But like FPS games are, my favorite.
Awesome. How about you, Abby?
Well, hello, I'm Abby. I'm at Viev in real life at Mr. GM's World of Warcraft event, and I fell in love with her there. So I'm from Germany. I've worked in esports for 10 years before finally hanging out in the gaming space, away from the competition side. I wasn't a player. I'm not good enough for that. I also love FPS games, and I'm a cat mom of 1 cat, but he's enough. Like, I don't need 3.
What's the name of your cat?
Toto,
Toto.
like the band, because his favorite song is Africa.
I love that. Thank you for being here. And Tonje, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, well, I'm technically not a streamer anymore, but I used to stream for 6 years, more or less full time. It was started out in the FPS category and then went over to the strategy games. Found my love for sim builders and weird patterns and systems, I guess. And then I started Not Management, which is a talent management agency. So now I work with a lot of streamers, which is a lot more fun.
That's so awesome.
I have a dog, so you guys can take your cats and get the fuck out of here because dogs are superior. And his name is
Dog
Toby.
owners are always haters. See that? I know, right? Cats are the mean animals, but then every dog owner hates cats.
Why can't you love
Dude,
both? Why can't you love
they're
both?
so awful.
Honestly, I love both, and I
grew up
Abby
with
loves
cats,
both.
so.
See, cat owners are just more tolerant.
Yeah. Okay.
I grew up with cats. Okay, like they try to murder me in my sleep, so that's why I'm
true.
like, not doing it.
I got bitten by a dog once.
Who did that as well? Fat James loved to like lay on your chest until you woke up without air. So I get that, but still I do love cats as well. And dogs, but like, yeah, I get that you, yes, I get it. Thank you all for introducing yourselves and already saying a little bit about what you do for work outside of streaming as well. This is a really interesting Streamers As Stories because we do have 3 people who also work in the game scene. And I'd love to talk a little bit about that as well. So welcome on in, and thank you so much for being here.
The fact that we struggled so much with coordinating a time and a place because work kept interrupting when we were
this Streamers and Stories was supposed to happen like I think 2 or 3 months ago. So thank you for actually being here today. Abby has to wake up tomorrow at like 4:30 a.m. And Tonje and Avi also have to work tomorrow. So I'm honored that you want to be here and do this. So definitely thank you very much for being here. Oh yeah, and I'm Viev. So this is my channel. I love doing Streamers and Stories. I studied anthropology and I really enjoy hearing the stories of people. So this is like really my happy project. So I'm really happy that I can do this. And today we don't have any alerts because I'd love to have all the focus on the guest. So thank you for the hype train in chat. I really appreciate that. Thank you guys so much, and thank you for being here. If you have any like questions for the guests, feel free to pop them in chat. I'll keep an eye on that, and if we have time, I'll definitely ask those as well.
We will ignore you 100%. We hate you. Don't write anything.
Tonje looks at you like you're a cat, so be afraid. Can I get some cat emotes in chat just for Tonje, please?
Yes. I actually think I have a cat emoji. Let me check.
Are you looking for a cat emote to spam in chat now? I love the dedication.
They're mine. Yeah, no, but they're actually mine. They're from my channel. Like I have
You
cat
have
emojis.
cat emotes. Okay, guys, go sub to NotTonje and get these amazing cat emotes. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, so before we go to working in the game space, you all mentioned a little bit about, well, not all, about VPS already. But what was your all-time favorite game? What is your all-time favorite game and why? Abby, do you want to start?
Okay, my all-time favorite game, Christ. So it's not very popular right now. Obviously, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege X. I think no one will agree with me there because it's a very niche FPS game, and I like FPS games, but I'm not good enough to like constantly be on top of the leaderboards. But in Rainbow Six Siege, you don't need to be just aim. You can do so many things. It's very creative, actually. With setups, the houses are destructible. You can literally do whatever you want, and I think there's no other game like that. But if I don't feel like FPS games, because it's a very sweaty game, and if I want to like think back 10 years, that's World of Warcraft, and I think it'll always be World of Warcraft. The story is so rich, and it's just, I think it's a little bit of nostalgia that makes me always go back to it. Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree with the World of Warcraft part, and I also see people agreeing in chat with your favorite game. So you're not the only one.
I'm surprised.
Not the only one. Tonje, how about you? What's your all-time favorite game?
Know. It's so hard because I kept playing so many different strategy games and they all have like different things. But I have most hours in Factorio, which is just like this game where you crash land on a planet and then you have to build a whole factory to build a spaceship to get off. Yeah, to get off the planet again. That's the one I have the most hours in. But I think the only game I really genuinely forgot I was streaming was Anno 1800. Like I sat for 20 minutes streaming and I just forgot that like I was just playing. I got so like deeply involved into the game that I just like, oh shit, I'm streaming. And then I'd just been sitting there for like 20 minutes completely blanked out. That one's good. So I'm excited for the new one coming as well. I'm probably going to lose a bit of my life when that releases.
That's awesome. Are you going to stream that as well then? Or do you really not stream games anymore?
I got like somebody from my community sent me a message and like, can you stream it please? Because like I want to watch people play it and I don't want to play it myself. I just want to watch you. So I'm like, maybe I have to. So I'll see just for like a weekend. It would be funny to come back for just a little sneak peek, but...
Might be nice. Might be nice. I'm also going to try that one because I have been wanting to go in try Anno as well because I play a lot of strategy games. I even got one of the games and I was like, oh my god, I have to start playing it. But then like my backlog is so long. But with the new release, I feel like maybe that's finally the motivation to actually start playing it. So yeah, I'm really curious.
Looks like it's more. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be more beginner friendly as well. Some of the other Anno games isn't as beginner friendly, but this one looks like the UI and everything. Like I looked at a couple of YouTube videos for it, and it looks like it will be easier to play
and to learn. Yeah, because I haven't played it yet. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing, and thank you for being here again. Avi and the Ghost looks so amazing. What is your all-time favorite game? And maybe you want to explain quickly what the Ghost is and how long people still have to be able to get on the Ghost.
Yeah. I will quickly explain the Ghost first. So this is like my Ghost tree or like Spooktober tree. So when people donate or like sub, then you get like a spooky, and then on the 31st of October I'm picking a winner, and then they will receive a mystery package with like Halloween stuff, but also some really nice goodies. So that's the spook tree. Like it's insane. It's like completely full. But when it comes to games, I think that's a really tricky one. So I really love Overwatch 2. Like it's like one of my passions. I almost play it every day, and then also competitive. I'm a very competitive player. So I'm really grinding to get Diamond and Master. Like I also really like Call of Duty a lot. But thinking about my youth, like the game where I have like the best memories is Zelda Ocarina of Time. So there are multiple, but if I really have to choose one, I think for now it will be Overwatch 2 then.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, I was thinking, do I play FPS games? I've tried Overwatch, but it's so chaotic. But I did actually really enjoy playing Valorant. Only right now my PC doesn't like Valorant. So maybe one day I'll try again. But yeah, nothing diamond or platinum. I think I was bronze, but it was the first shooter I've ever played. So that was kind of fun.
Nice.
Yeah, and what inspired you to start streaming? What was that for you, Avi? Do you remember?
Oh, yes. Like actually the boyfriend of my best friend, he said like, "Yeah, I'm watching streamers on Twitch. Maybe it's something for you," because he knew that I was a gamer. So I actually tried it out. So I had like this old Xbox One and a Kinect that was half broken. So I still remember my first stream, like the cable was broken, like it got disconnected. I was talking to myself for like 1 hour, and then finally I got my first viewer, and it was like amazing. And then I started like doing it. It was scary at first, but I'm super happy that I took that step and that I continued, because it also got me into the gaming scene, like working in the gaming industry. But we will get to that later.
That sounds good. Tonje, how about you? How did you start streaming?
Mine is a very different approach. I've always been a console gamer, like proper PlayStation noob, and then I played Sims on an Xbox for like the longest time. But then I started working at Logitech, and I got into like, because I was a product specialist at Logitech, and I had to learn about all the gaming equipment for PC. And I was like, I've never really gamed on PC. So I started playing CSGO with a couple of friends, and like I was on a Smurf account for one of my mates. That's still my Steam. I've just adopted that Steam account, and it's still his name and everything. But then I got into like talking more with them about Twitch and stuff, and they were like, maybe you should stream that we are like playing, because you're a girl, so you'll get the viewers. And I'm like, okay, I guess that's how it is. But then I just started trying streaming, and then why not? So took off from there. Hey,
that's so nice. It's funny how everybody has like a different story of how they started streaming. Abby, what was yours?
Okay, so it was Halloween 8 years ago, I don't know. And my friends wanted to watch me play a horror game. And obviously Discord didn't exist back then, or was in the very early stages, and no one had Discord. So we were on TeamSpeak, and I just like, they helped me set up my stream. I think my first name was like Spooky Abby, because I didn't know you can't change your username for a while. So I was just playing for fun on Twitch, but it was like only horror games at the beginning. And I had no idea. Like, I did not know that there were random people who could watch your stream and who could chat with you. And then suddenly I had like 20 viewers because someone shared it on our Facebook page. And I freaked out, stopped streaming for like 2 years. And then I came back at some point and like took a more casual approach. Yeah.
I love that you had no idea what you were doing.
Nothing. Same with
Twitter. Why did you come back 2 years later? What inspired you to stream again?
I got bored, and I just didn't have friends who could hang out with me that day. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'll just like stream. And then I had like some nice chatters who I'm still friends with, by the way, like my first viewers, but I was still people that I talked to. And I realized that you could make friendships really easily there. Well, so I just kept going. And it turns out I'm really good at talking, or like talking about like not doing anything else. I'm just like emptying my words from my brain, and there's no filler space, like it's no empty space, and it's just like constant talking. And apparently that's really great for making new connections.
That's nice. That's awesome. I'm glad you went back to streaming.
Sorry, just streaming more and more just to like fill in the CS team when we were playing. I was like, okay, can somebody join from chat? So I was like just streaming literally to fill out a 5-man team.
That's also super nice to find people to play with. For me, it was also, I started playing Bloodborne. And I don't think I would have ever continued that game if it wasn't for my community and the few chatters that were like believing in me that I could do it, because it's like a Souls game. It's really hard. And I think I would have never enjoyed that game if it wasn't for chat saying, no, continue. Once you get through this part, it will be good. And then it would be good for a few seconds. And then you would get in the next part where you would like really get frustrated. So yeah, it was every single time I was like so happy that chat was there believing in me to continue. So that really motivated me to continue. So next, besides streaming, you all work in the game space as well. So how did you get into that? Well, Tonje, you already shared a little bit about that you actually started streaming because you worked in the game space. Do you want to tell a little bit more about your journey as working in the game space?
Sure. I'll do the first story of how I ended up at Logitech, because I'm a bit more dramatic one. So I had a boyfriend, and then his best friend died, actually, which is very sad. I will say that. But it ended up us breaking up. And then a couple of months later, he came and was like, oh, I have a problem. And he had nobody to talk to because his best friend was dead. So he came to me and I was like, oh, no, what's the problem? And I was heartbroken that we had broken up. And he was like, I got some girl pregnant. And I'm like, that's great. Thanks for sharing that with me. I appreciate that so much.
Wow.
So I just like blew up my whole life and moved across the country. I was like, fuck this.
You
so
moved away from the town.
Yeah, I moved away. Like I moved from Bergen to Oslo. I was like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to accidentally run into you. So I was like, let me leave. So I just moved on a whim.
Wow.
Like it took me 2 weeks and then I lived there and I'm like, okay, bye. I ended up working in a bar because you have like a liquor license as a bartender in Norway, so it's very easy to get a job as a bartender if you have one of those. So I got a job at the bar and I was like, okay, easy. Ended up in this 10 people like shared apartment with a bunch of random people. And that was really great. They were a great group of people. And then my uncle at the time did work at Logitech, so he was like, there's a position opening, you should apply. And I was like, okay, because I have a background in marketing from school. I was like, okay, let me apply. And then I went in, got the interview. I was like, yay, I got to show my game. And he was like, I actually do have like 2 other candidates that would potentially be like more qualified than you, so why should I like hire you? And I was like, because I'm a woman. I literally said that. I was like, because I'm a woman. The other 2 are guys, and it's so common to be guys in this industry that if I'm coming in as a woman, they will notice me more, like to a point where they'll be like, oh, what do women know about gaming? Because that was that at the time. This was in, oh my God, like 2014, 13, where it was just like very frowned upon being women in games. It still is in some places. So they were like, okay, that's a wild statement to come with. So I was like, yeah, fuck it. I got the job. So I was like, okay, whatever. But yeah, and then I obviously went over to streaming, went full-time streaming. And then I got a little bit bored of it. And I wasn't quite sure what I should do. Because I didn't want to go back to traditional marketing. And I applied for a job as a talent manager, actually. And I got rejected for it due to my autism, which is crazy.
Wait, they actually said that? Or you feel like that was the case?
Well, no, they said that due to my desire to want to work from home, they would prefer if I could be on a government substitute for the job. If I wouldn't accept that, then they wouldn't hire me. And I'm like, okay. I'm not doing that. I would like to be hired with the full confidence that you think I'm going to do a good job. So no, thank you. And they are bankrupt today, so I'm very happy about that.
Well, happy that you didn't take the job.
Well, I'm happy that they're bankrupt. Fuck them, obviously,
Okay,
but
yeah,
you know,
point.
but that as well. But no, so I got really upset about the whole thing because it was like 3 interviews deep, and like I'd been very open and shared and everything like that. And then I was like, fuck it. How hard could it be? And here I am almost 3 years later with my own company, with a bunch of people working for me and with me and everything. And it's just absolutely crazy. And it
And
definitely was
you're
harder than I thought it would be, but it
but it's
wasn't that
going
hard.
really well, right? Because I saw a post on LinkedIn not that long ago that you got your financial goal for the year. That sounds pretty big to
Wow.
already say that at the end of Q3.
No, so we have monthly goals.
Okay.
So we, for the first time in a year, or like during the year, managed to hit the monthly goal. So the goal for the whole year is it's achievable. We're getting closer and closer, but no. So for the month, we're finally at the stage where we're actually hitting the stretch goals, because they are stretch goals. I had a very like large goal of like, okay,
You
if
have
we
like
hit
a realistic
this,
goal, and then like, wouldn't it be great if we could reach this? Yeah. Well,
yes, so we reached
congratulations
the
on getting
dream
that.
goal.
Yeah.
Yes, so that was really, really cool. So I'm very proud of the team. That's definitely them carrying the ship. I'm just a pretty face.
Nah, you're doing a lot. I see you work at events. I see you talk to people. It's really impressive and inspiring to see you go from, I think I'm gonna start a company, to like having such a big voice and name when you are somewhere like at TwitchCon in Rotterdam. So that's really impressive. It's cool to see.
Thank you. You make me blush.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well,
But yeah, my story is
people
a
should be
roller coaster in
proud.
the gaming industry, at least. So I'm sorry for that emotional.
Oh no, we love a plot twist every now and then. It always surprises me how stories go. So thank you so much for sharing that. And let's go to the next one. Avi, how did you end up in the game scene?
Ooh, okay. Well, first, I will say that unfortunately, I'm no longer working in the gaming industry. It wasn't unfortunately not my choice, but my role got made redundant.
Yeah.
I was working 3.5 years, self-employed, through an agency for Xbox. And that was amazing. So how I actually got into it. So as I said before, I started streaming from my Xbox with a Kinect, like doing my thing. I grew a little bit. I was growing my Instagram channel as well. It was going quite well. I made a lot of gaming content, so with the Xbox controllers and with Nintendo, but mainly Xbox. And back then I was working full time at a car rental. But they said that there was an opportunity for me to like go on a higher level. So I really worked my ass off. I really tried to do everything. Then there was this new colleague. He got the new role because he was actually a man, because he had to work back office where there were only men. And I think the manager thought that I couldn't handle it. So I was actually quite pissed off. So I remember it was COVID. I think it was 2021, if I say correctly. And I was so done with working. We had to do 12-hour shifts due to COVID because we were still open, because I was working at the airport at a car rental. And then I was scrolling on LinkedIn, and then I saw someone working at Microsoft putting out that they were looking for someone in the Netherlands. And I was like, wow, I love Xbox. Like, it's my main console.
Yeah.
I play a lot on it. And I was like, oh my God. But I was like, I think I will never get the role because I don't have to study. I studied for beautician. I work at a car rental. I stream sometimes and I create content, but I will never get the role. So I clicked it away. And then later I was like, I have a no. I can always get a yes. So I tried to connect with him, but unfortunately, like we couldn't connect on LinkedIn. So I went to his Twitter. I sent him a message like, yeah, I'm interested. I'm Abby and blah, blah, blah. So I sent my like sort of motivation letter. And then I got invited for a chat, and like we connected very well. And that's how I got the role. And like I had the best 3.5 years, such amazing colleagues. And it was really nice.
I'm happy that it was so nice, and I'm so sorry that it ended. And I'm happy to hear that you did just start a new job, right?
Yeah. So I didn't have a job for 2 months, so I tried full-time content creation, even though it wasn't really 2 months, because like getting laid off, it really had such a big impact on me, especially since I was a freelancer. So I had zero income. So I had like 1000% stress. So yeah, now I do something completely different. I'm an office manager right now. So not working from home anymore, every day at the office. But hopefully my future will be at the gaming industry again, because that's where my passion and my heart is. But we will see how everything goes.
Yeah, well, I'm happy that you found...
Going from like being remote to like all of a sudden having to be in the office every single day.
Yes. Yeah, that's such a big switch. Like I'm still adapting to it. Yeah. So like being social every day and like yeah. No, it's, and also like traveling again, like like
meeting people on a daily basis again.
Yeah, no, that was really strange at the beginning. Yeah, but I do have to say, like, the colleagues are really, really nice and amazing.
Yeah. Someone asks, how long is the commute?
Wait, what is commute?
How long is it to travel to work from home to the office?
So like on a good day, 21 minutes. On a bad day, 90 minutes.
Oh, wow.
90.
Yeah. Traffic near Amsterdam.
Yeah. It's terrible.
God.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
That is insane.
But mainly like the traffic jams aren't that long. But like the worst that I had was 90 minutes, and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah,
that's terrible. I can do this.
Like, you have like paid travel time, don't you?
No.
Of course not. That would be awful. So 2025.
Yeah,
that would be too good to be true.
That sounds awesome, though. Yeah. And before we go to you, Abby, I'll share quickly what my working history is in the game scene. So after I finished my master's in anthropology, I researched like startup culture, and then I ended up working at a startup that was like in the game space. I really, really, really loved that job. It was absolutely amazing. Only after a year, we got acquired by Riot Games. So that's super awesome because it means the startup did super well. But it was also the end of my job. Then I found this game publisher in the Netherlands where I worked as the influencer and PR manager for, I think, also about a year before going to like a big corporate tech company. Did 2.5 years of not really working at the game scene. Alongside streaming. And then I worked for 2 years at another game startup. So I really love startups. I love, being at the start of the process of making cool tools for creators and streamers. So I really, really enjoyed that. And alongside, like right now, I'm full-time streamer. So that is definitely... Yeah, I mean, am I working in the game scene if I'm a full-time streamer? I'm not sure if it counts like the conversation we're having today, but I definitely also loved working in the game scene alongside streaming. So that's my story. Abby, what is yours? And how did you end up in the game scene?
Before you move forward.
Okay.
Do you have like now, because you've been so many in startups things, do you have a startup idea now? Has it like been manifesting over the years of you just working in startups?
Like, I'm not the person who comes up with the ideas. I definitely have vision. But I love to be part of a startup where I can like help grow and nurture that. But I wouldn't want the 24/7 only that, because I really love my stream. And I think if I would ever have a good startup idea, I would have to quit streaming and really focus on that, because it takes everything, especially if you're in a team with people. So I really love the startup culture, even though it's like the worst for your work-life balance. And I really love all the ideas that people are putting out there, but I really like the advisory role where I talk from a creator perspective, but also like for the previous startup, I did quite often market research. So I would like do deep dive interviews with other creators, or I would do panel interviews with creators, or it would really figure out, like, I'm only one opinion. So a lot of startups, they talk with one streamer, but then again, my opinion about how a product should look like will be super different from the one from Avi or Abby or you. And there will be similarities in our vision about that. So I love to research that as well. So I think for me, it is nice to be a bit more of the helicopter above it and like do research to help it form, and not necessarily be the person who does everything. Yeah, thank you for the question.
Oh, cool.
Abby, how did you
Hello.
end up in the
Yeah,
game scene?
I feel so professional because everyone's been like in the business, in the big companies, and I'm from esports. I don't know, like
Don't say it
10
like it's a
years ago when
dirty
I
word.
was esports in terms of job security and everything is definitely a dirty word. I think if I didn't count, like obviously on LinkedIn, I only put things where I was actually like in over a year. But if I put everything in, I was a part of my CV would be like this long. Yeah, so I was like 16, started out as a community manager when that wasn't even a job yet. Mostly doing like moderation work for influencers that I was friends with. Once you play a game, you obviously get to meet people. They introduce you to people. So at some point, you do know someone who needs a job, or like who needs someone to do a job for them. So they introduced me to a bunch of professional players who then introduced me to their bosses. And eventually I just got into organizations. I was always very engaged in the community management aspect. So I did community management mostly in all the orgs I've been in. At some point, I got to Vex Gaming. Vex Gaming was the first organization that showed me a little behind the scenes of how an organization is being run. I like to call my esports parents, Dan and Steve. They are absolute sweethearts, and I wish them all the best, and I love them so much. They basically, Dan was marketing, Steve was everything else. Wrong way. Steve was marketing, Dan was professional players, player management, all that shit. And they showed me what they do, and they spoke to me about like in detail what they like prefer doing. And I only knew community management. I didn't know anything else. I knew social media management a little bit. You do that as well when you're a community manager. So I didn't know super much about what actually runs an org. So they taught me the behind the scenes, went on. Unfortunately, Vex went bankrupt a couple of years ago. And I was picked up immediately by another organization, and I started helping in the behind the scenes as well. I even started working in the same org as my boyfriend for like a year. Worst time of our relationship, by the way. Like the amount of fights we had over job positions, because I was technically his manager, so he hated that. So yeah, at some point I realized that esports is horrible in terms of like job security, because every time I worked in esports, that was not enough money to do a full-time job. So I studied, obviously, while I was studying, it was fine. Once I finished my studies, I had to get another job, like a full-time job, plus esports on top, just to like keep afloat, pay the bills. So at some point I decided to screw that, and I went into B2B for half a year. I realized that B2B is very boring when you're my age. Actually, like it's a lot of LinkedIn, a lot of meetings, and a lot of meeting old men. I was a social media manager for. They did programming, and it was like very boring programming. It wasn't even anything exciting. And if you're a social media manager, you need to post about something. So I had to like literally pull something out of my bottom. And yeah, so at some point I was like, okay, I don't like this very much. And then I found my current company that I work at, Joint Media. They are the best job I've ever had. It's the best leading team I've ever had. They obviously are incredible people who worked in the space for so many years. And the team I work in, I literally I've never had this before, but I consider them my family, like my friends. I would invite them to my wedding as best man, That's how close we are. Yeah. And that's practically junior in the current position. I'm an influencer relations manager. I've only been doing that for like a year. Before that, community management, obviously, it's like you talk to players and fans. It's a little different than talking to influencers. But yeah, and they're so sweet, and they're in my chat. And I'm sending them virtual kisses right now. Well, in your chat, not my chat, but like, hi guys.
I love that. I'm happy that you found your spots and that you got the place where you want to be. So that's really nice. So are there lessons that you all bring from being a streamer into working in the game space as well? Anyone who wants to go first?
We all hate men.
I work with men. I love them, my friends.
No. I don't know. For my sake, I think it's been I was very extroverted before I started streaming, so I didn't really have like I know a lot of people had oh, streaming helped me like become more extroverted. I'm like honestly a bit opposite. Like it made me want to not share too much anymore. Like it actually made me less willing to share stuff about my private life or like just generally because like you're there every single day. Well, I was at least most days, like just yapping away about whatever and I don't know, it became like a little bit I guess creepy is the word I'm gonna go with when people start having very close parasocial relationships to you where it's like, okay, this isn't like you make friends for sure. And I've made a bunch of friends through my stream, and I'm very, very grateful for that. But you also have the ones that are just don't vibe. So I think that's like my lesson that like I might be oversharing a little bit too much.
I have that exact same issue. I used to tell everyone everything. My full name was my Twitch name at some point, so people knew me. Someone came to my school once, tried talking to me.
Oh wow, that's creepy.
I have a restraining order against a viewer actually. Great story,
Wow.
different time, very sappy. But yeah, like that's literally the same thing. Stop sharing, guys. Like keep yourself private. Go by your username. Yeah.
I never had that
crazy.
problem actually.
I think
Never.
Germans are just a bit weird, to be honest. Like,
I think so.
yeah, but
Dutch
it's
is very
also
normal.
it's a very small city as well. And obviously, I started my streaming journey on Facebook, so everyone who had my Facebook knew who I was anyway. And I never really thought about it until like years later when things actually went down. So
That's crazy. Yeah, I unfortunately heard it in this talk show podcast like multiple times already, like people showing up uninvited. It's definitely crazy. And I don't think it's necessarily the oversharing because I overshare a lot as well. It's just there are unfortunately some people who don't get the normal cues, and because of those kind of things I for example don't share anymore. Like when I'm flying somewhere, I don't share what time or sometimes not even the exact day, but I also forget. But like I know streamers that had people show up at the airport to wave them goodbye, which is it's both cute, but it's also weird. Like it's So I get that not oversharing is definitely a lesson. Yeah. Avi, you said you don't recognize yourself in this kind of experiences?
Yeah, no, so like I don't think I really had that. No. Like no stalking. Like I heard like from a few people that they're getting stalked and stuff, but I don't really have that, and I'm always very open about myself on the socials as well. My name is Avithall, but then with one L, so it's
that's your real name?
Yes.
Like your full government name? Like obviously. Oh my god, that's actually very cool.
It's a really nice name.
Yeah, so like it's also difficult. Like I could do another username, but if I will tell people that my name is Avithall, they can find me anyway. That actually.
Yeah. Yeah,
Crazy. I recently ended up in a meeting with the police in Norway, actually, the online part of it, because they emailed one of our talents wanting to interview them because they had a bunch of questions. Because a lot of times streamers don't or anyone on the internet, honestly, don't file like a police report if someone's like sending you a nude, because technically it's illegal, right? So you're not going to go through and file like a whole police report about that. And he was curious about like what more is it that's not being filed. And we were like, oh, okay. I mean, sure, we can have a conversation. And I started sharing both my experience and like a lot of the emails that I get in, because I'm the inbox to all of our talents.
Yeah.
And he was sitting there like, I thought it was bad, but like, this is wild. And I'm like, oh no, like you had this guy back in the days, like he would message me 300 messages a day. Like he was committed to the cause. Like I don't think you understand how bad it can get, but you just end up ignoring it because you're like, well, it's another day, another dick, you know, like whatever. You're not going to report like 500 freaking messages being sent randomly on like Instagram. And it was like, well, people aren't anonymous on the internet, so you should. And I'm like, okay, but like, are you gonna go and take someone who's like from Brazil? And he's like, yes. Like, you should report it to your local police, because like we collaborate with other countries, and like we help each other take everything down. And I was like, this is information that nobody has. Why are you guys not like sharing this? But also, it's like the process of filing a police report
so
for like
long.
It's so annoying, honestly.
Yeah,
so that's something that I gave them feedback on. Like, you have to make reporting it easier.
Yeah.
Okay,
I also
like
have it with Discord, like there's this scammer pretending to be me to scam people. And I was once talking with a police officer about that, and they said you should like file a report. And I was like, but every time they have a different account, they have a different thing, they have a different they change the name. It's been like multiple accounts already. And like Discord doesn't do anything with it. And they said you should file it with us. So then I thought, oh yeah, I have to like make a document, all the names and the things to in the end bring it to the police. But then again, it turns to be into so much work, and most of the times I'm live, I figure out that there's another scammer out there, because people are checking like, hey, am I talking to you, or is this someone else? So it sounds super stupid, but it's also just inconvenience a lot. So yeah, now that we have this conversation, I think I should definitely one day file a complaint at least at the police, because there's so many of these scammers. But again, it's like they're definitely not in the Netherlands, because I know people sent like a link that the scammer then clicked to locate them, which they shouldn't do. I've always tell people don't talk to the scammers, but I mean, people are their own. So they're definitely not based in Europe. We know that from a few of these situations. And then I already feel like, yeah, what's the Dutch police gonna do about them? But now that you said like they work together, it doesn't matter where, maybe we should. But yeah. Avi, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, like now things are like popping up in my brain. But like I indeed have received so many dick pics as well, just like you, Tonje. Like, but also like not only just from that, but also like with this angle that you also see their face, you know. Like I got one still this week. It's crazy. Like the dedication is real, and like I keep on ignoring it. And like back in the days, I used to expose them as well. So I would put them on my story, but then with like a small object in front of it, and then put the song from Blink-182, like all the small things. But like I grew a bit older, so I'm not doing it anymore. But like,
oh my god, I want to see that.
Oh my god,
I would like subscribe just to see like you shaming people.
But that was a few years ago. But indeed, like now, yeah.
But it's crazy,
there are
right,
guys
to think that there's so many guys who think. Well, first of all, I think in their scenario, we like getting dick pics. Because why would they otherwise send it, right? So there's some guys, they just like they make the picture, they send it, and then they're like, oh, she's gonna be so happy, and then we never respond, because like most of the girls I think ignore them. I know Shanna Nina used to like draw them as an artwork and then repost them again. That was to stop it, but then she got way more, so that didn't work.
Yeah. Obviously, you're like,
it was like you that she wanted to expose them. But that worked, backfired. I believe it was her, by the way. I'm not even 100% sure right now.
I can imagine the DMs. Draw my next, please.
Yeah.
I want to see mine.
But it's crazy that people think that it's normal.
I actually, since I got off Facebook, I got nothing. Like Facebook was the main contributor for me for those kind of pictures. But as soon as I left Facebook, nothing. My DMs are empty. Like keep it that way, guys. But like, you know what I mean? It's so nice. I actually forgot that was a thing. Like, actually, I also got older. Maybe that's also a reason. You know, as the older I get, the less attention I got from online guys. But
still, though, like when you're younger as a female, you get so much more attention, which is super fucking creepy. Obviously,
it's just culture. Like fucking 100 years ago, we got married at 12. You know, so it's just I don't know.
It's crazy.
Looks like some evolutionary thing.
It's crazy. They send these pictures to everyone.
I shared a link with you girls that we have created that actually, like, if you submit anything to the form, it goes to the Norwegian police and they can look at the case.
Oh, thank you.
haven't shared it like more broader. We shared it with our talents to see what they had first. So we are going to share it wider to see, because they wanted examples of what people are actually getting. So if you like the one you got, if you have the screenshots, feel free to just upload it. It's completely anonymous, and they won't reach out to like.
It's just because they don't know what they don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they don't know how to make systems for stuff that they don't know exists. Kind of like they know some of the stuff that happens on the internet.
If they would make it super easy, like screenshot the name, the thing, that would be great. Yeah. Oh, Angelo, I see in chat, like, I was so surprised if my daughter got dick pics when she was 13. That's really, I'm happy that when I was that age, there were no phones. That
there's no phone with cameras
on yet. Oh my God, that's terrible.
Brings me back to like my childhood. We had this website, maybe you know it, Viev, www.spelen.nl.
Oh yeah.
So, but there you also had those chat boxes. But like, I was young, I was very naive, so I was playing like billiards, like pool, and then like you also get in touch there. And then back in the days, good old days, we had MSN, and then I was like chatting to this dude, and he was saying, yeah, I'm 16 years old, and I was, I don't know, 13 or 12 or anything. And then one day he put on his webcam, and then from like over there was like this old man like getting in front of his setup and sitting down, and I clicked away, and I was completely in shock. Like, the amount of old men that are like hiding behind their behind their computer and saying that they're young, but they're just old dudes. That's super scary. It's insane.
It's crazy. I think when I was young, I also talked to quite some people that weren't teenagers like me. But later on, you realize that. But back then, I thought, of course, they're also teenagers. I'm a teenager. Yeah. So when they say, oh, I'm also 16, why would you not believe that? Oh.
I did the opposite. I made myself older, so my World of Warcraft guild didn't kick me out for being too young.
I've heard other people say that as well.
I swear I was 12. And those were like all grown adult men, and they were raiding with me, and they were like, that's a child. They knew.
Like, just a young boy. Don't listen to it. I haven't gone through puberty yet.
Oh my God. Yeah. But then in gaming, you also have the people who, like, they take you on as a little brother, the little sister, and not in a creepy way, you know? So then it's really nice. But when it gets into the creepy way, then it's like, yeah. Unfortunately, the internet has a lot of creeps, but also absolutely beautiful people. And that's what I love so much about Twitch streaming, and to bring it back again to like being a Twitch streamer and dealing with creeps and people who show up at your school, etc. I think the most important thing is to just keep on talking about what boundaries are. I'm always, you know, talking about, well, not always, but we have like these conversations where I just, you know, put up boundaries. Like, first of all, I never want to receive another love letter. I once got a love letter that was so long, and I mentioned that every now and then, like how weird that was, because I don't know viewers that way. That's you know. And also, if you see me in Amsterdam walking around while I'm like shopping or going to a bar and you want to say hi, sure, say hi. But also just leave again if you see that I'm with people. But please don't go to Amsterdam in the hopes that you see me. That would be creepy. If you see me IRL and you want to say hi, that's not creepy. But if you like go look for me, that's creepy. So I always try to, I don't know. It sounds so stupid to call it educate, but it's I think sometimes some people don't understand the boundaries. I guess I've heard so many weird stories at streamers and stories already. Yeah, it's crazy.
Boundaries are hard.
I luckily never had someone show up anywhere where I don't want them to show up that I know of. So
yeah.
Let's go to story time now that we're let's go to story time. Is there anyone, oh shit, I shouldn't do this, but is there anyone who wants to start telling their story? I put myself up for failure again. I told myself not to do that.
Me. I'll
Yes,
share.
Abby, thank you.
Okay, so this is gonna be because I was gonna talk about my stalker because like be aware, but we just had that whole topic, so I'm gonna pull another story out of my bum. So, as you know, I love Rainbow Six Siege. When I was in Wild, I went to all the majors, babysitting our content creators, walking around as a fan. My boyfriend was in Wild, so I would wear his jersey, and I'm like, look at me, guys. I'm a player girlfriend. I'm really cool. Please take pictures of me. And I actually got to sign a bunch of jerseys and everything. And one day, Manchester Major last year, Blast, the CEO of Blast, or like the main big guy of the production team, told me his name, but I was so nervous I forgot again. Went up to me while I was waiting in line for like some signatures of the casters who I'm friends with, but I thought it was funny to like get signatures from them because why not? They probably would be happy to see me. So he came up to me. He's like, "Are you here for work or pleasure?" And I was like, "Both, I guess." Because I'm here for work, but I'm also here as a fan, so And then he was like, "How do you feel of playing on stage?" And I was like, "Oh my God, I'm horrible at Siege, but yes, obviously I want to play on stage. That sounds great. Like, hello, sign me up." So little did I know, the next day I was my first stage production. I was like, really cool. You come in earlier, they put you in backstage, you walk, you get the whole tour. What are they doing? Like the camera people, the sound people. You do like a whole walkthrough. And I walked out on stage with a bunch of pro players. There's always a creator match at the end of the major, just before the finals. So 5,000 people, you stay on stage, they announce your name, you walk in, you play a bunch of rounds, you high-five some pro players. Obviously, best day of my life. And after that, people actually messaged me. They're like, "Dude, did I just see you on TV?" Because that was it's like, yeah, you did. But the worst part is that was like the week after I got my first lip filler ever, and I obviously got way too much lip filler, so all my pictures look like this. Because I couldn't smile, but I still used all the pictures. Like one of the pictures is my professional email pic. But yeah, that's a nice positive little esports story because I love esports, and I'm still like, I'm going to the major in 2 weeks again. So yeah.
And
also,
this
be
time
aware
without
of
doing lip filler right before you go.
I never got lip filler again. I looked at these pictures because at the time I was like, damn, I'm so cool. Everyone's gonna be like, wow, she has really nice lips. But obviously, you come in, I look like a balloon. And I don't know what happened to my face, if I'm allergic to filler, but I got like such swollen cheeks too. So I just looked like a pillow face. But yeah. And I was blonde, bleached, fat eyelashes. Like no one told me to stop with the eyelashes, right? My eyelashes touched my eyebrows too. And no one, like I look at all my clips for all the years that had like the most horrible makeup looks, and not a single person said, "Abby, you should stop that." Like COVID brought out the worst in me, and even after COVID, I kept going. I was like, people love this look. No one, like, I got so many compliments. Horrible. Also, I'm like 170 already, and I wore like these kind of platform shoes, so I was just like that tall. And I looked a little crazy. So I get to do over. It's been over a year. People probably, hopefully, don't remember me anymore. So that's the story.
Yeah, don't be ashamed. We all went through phases with makeup. It's like, I think every female
I'll find
there...
a picture for you. I have a picture that I posted a couple of weeks ago, which someone, by the way, screenshot and posted to try and roast me as a response. Like I didn't already post that picture.
I love that. Please share the picture with us if you find it. And thank you for sharing your story.
Can I post a link in chat?
Yeah, post it in chat. Let's all look at the picture.
Please, guys. I'm just telling you, the literal thing was, why did no one tell me that this looked horrible?
How is it you? That doesn't even look like you.
I do like the hair color though.
I mean, I love the big makeup. I'm sorry.
The makeup is actually really...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a look. You painted it worse than what it is. I will say that. You made it sound a lot worse.
Yeah.
Are you... Okay. Thanks.
Thanks.
Well, the hair was actually really cool because I had blue hair with like yellow stripes because that's when Neon came out, and I was like, ooh, I like that. So I did that myself, and it looked good for like 2 days, and then I washed it for the first time. It was green because obviously yellow and blue.
Oh yeah. Oh, smart.
Why did nobody tell you that? That's a lot.
Bought extensions.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing your story and making sure not a lot more people take unnecessary lip filler and look like they're a balloon in the future, hopefully. Avi, do you want to share your story that you prepared for today?
Yeah, so I actually already told that story. So now I'm thinking like, oh no, what do I have to say? So that was the story about like that I worked at the car rental for like 6.5 years, and then I like saw this thing on LinkedIn. So I need to think of a story very quick if I can think of one. I know I have a lot of stories, but like they don't come to my mind right now.
Okay, then we'll go to Tonje first.
Well, that's my problem as well. I've already told the stories.
You can talk about
but
the
I
time
can,
when you
like,
met the
elaborate.
for the first
If we
time.
get a question with your story, then we should have.
What happened? I could do. I don't know. Like I mean, on a daily basis now, just to like elaborate on some of the stuff we have told. Because I'm the inbox of a lot of talents. I do see a lot of very interesting things, I will say, but I also can't really mention a lot of them. But every single day, I delete between 70 and 500 emails from one person who constantly sends emails as if it is chat. So like they're emailing as if they're writing in chat because they're blocked everywhere. And this person has like shown up at real events where the talent has gone. And luckily they have a fantastic community who like has found out who they are, found pictures, figured out who it is and stuff, and like kept them away from the talent. But it has like really affected the way like we view sending talents to events and stuff as well, because we're like, okay, is there security? Like if something happens, what is the like stuff that we need to make sure is in play? Because I think there's a lot of things that I didn't think about before I went over to the manager side of stuff. Whereas like people are just weird, and it's causing a lot of logistical complications, like legitimately when planning to send a talent anywhere. Like, yeah, we don't want to have an AbbieEUW thing happen again, right? So that's like ridiculous that even happened. But I've also just walked.
Also, one
past
second for the
a
people who
meeting.
missed it at TwitchCon last week. AbbieEUW, incredibly large, amazing streamer, had a meet and greet at TwitchCon, and this big, large guy just walked past everyone, grabbed her face, and tried to kiss her on the mouth. And it was only thanks to her own security that the person was like pushed away at the meet and greet.
The crazy thing is that I did this same. I didn't kiss anyone or try to kiss anyone, but I also just walked past an entire meet and greet and just went up to the like. It was a talent of mine, but like there was no security that tried to stop me. There was nothing that was like in there. I was like, I looked very determined of where I wanted to go. So like people didn't stop you. They were like, okay, she has places to go. So like, okay, whatever. But that is like so problematic in this space that there's been so many of these like
you should
small
have been
incidents
stopped
all over
to
the place.
explain this is my talent and like even show proof
Do
of
you have
that.
a ticket even?
Yeah.
Like why are you just I even crossed barriers. Nobody stopped me. I walked under barriers, and I was very publicly. I saw that people were looking at me, and they're like, okay, I guess. I'm like, okay, cool. It's just how it is.
Nice, because
that
you
has
had
been
to
the
go to
case
your
at a lot
talent,
of
but not the way it should go. Yeah.
Absolutely not. So it's just crazy, but it's been like that to a lot of events where like when you're hosting a party or whatever it is, you always have to like, okay, what are the emails that we can't accept? Like we hosted a large creator fest in Rotterdam for TwitchCon, and we kept getting emails about like, who is it you shouldn't put on the guest list? Like, hey, can you keep out for like these people? Please don't like add them to the guests. Like we had to know who to ban, which is crazy behavior just in the space generally. But yeah, I also didn't really have a story. I told mine. I had a couple of different where I was like, well, I could talk about the time where I played Anno and just forgot the time. Like I played it for like, I was going to do like a quick gaming session.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it was like 12 hours later and I was like, fuck, I was supposed to have dinner. Like what happened?
It's a good game when you forget anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
But thank you for your story. It's actually really interesting to hear that as a manager of talent, you have these different kind of ways to think about the safety of your creators. And I'd actually think it's really interesting for you to share, because I think a lot of creators themselves, like now with the whole Amaru situation, of course, people are like rethinking that. I saw on Twitter, for example, a lot of people that shared that they're no longer going to TwitchCon because they feel unsafe as well. I also met a streamer that got their own security guy the next day because she also instantly didn't feel safe anymore. So it's crazy to have to think about that these things can happen, and that there are apparently people who think it's normal to grab someone's face and kiss them just because you've watched for so long or donated so much or anything. Like, it's crazy to think that there are people who think that the fact that they are in every stream or they are on top of a donation board or whatever entitles them to anything. And I think it's really important to focus on the community building and all the good stuff from Twitch, but also make sure people know that they aren't entitled to anything besides that, and definitely not a random kiss. That's not even invited.
I thought it looked like he, like, I only saw the video online, but it didn't look like a kiss. It looked like he tried to stab her, because like I saw like zoom ins of the hand and there was like an object in his hand.
Yeah, that was when he walked away. But like the moment was he grabbed literally her face with two hands and moved towards her. Yeah, it's really creepy. Yeah. But to go to something lighter, I will tell my story. For the people in my chat, you might have already know the story. I'm super ashamed of it, so I thought, why not tell it at Streamer Says Stories? So I went to San Diego TwitchCon, and to get there, you have to go with an airplane. And to get from the airplane to like your hotel, you have to go to customs. And I'm a little bit of a goody goo shoes, so I normally I instantly get stressed, like just in case, like, oh my god, did I forget something? Anyway, we have this super fun conversation with customs where we're talking about World of Warcraft and Twitch and gaming and all is good, and we're kind of it was nice. And then on the moment we were allowed to like continue, he almost gave back the passport. He was like, "Did you bring any food?" And I was like, yeah, I believe I still have one apple. And he was like, oh. And I was like, oh. And then my friend was like, I think I have some cookies. And he was like, cookies are fine. The apple is not. And I was like, oh, okay. And I wasn't sure if it was a joke or not. Like, apparently this is super serious. So now I know. And now you all know. But then we had to go to like this whole different room where we were like, kept apart from the normal people. I still didn't have my passport. My passport was handed over from the nice guy to this random guy that we've never met. So I didn't know if what happened and how serious it was, or not serious, I hope. And then we had to wait for like 10-15 minutes, and my heartbeat was like in my throat at this moment. I already put the apple out of my bag. I had it in my hand. I was getting so nervous. I'm not native English. Let me please tell you, I'm not native English before what happens next. So after like 15 minutes, this a little bit older guy, a little bit smaller, but like buff, walks up to us. And he's the one to inspect everything I've done wrong. So again, I'm not native. And I put the apple towards him and I say, "Hi, sir. I'm sorry. I've been a bad girl. I brought this apple." And the moment I said it, I was like, I think that's not how you're supposed to say that. But I told this customs dude that I was a bad girl.
I've been a naughty girl. Please have my apple.
And I'm like,
and then why are apples not allowed?
No, an apple is not allowed. So this guy, he didn't smile. He looked at me very serious, and he just nodded and was like, bringing an apple or fruits or vegetables is very serious offense, and lectures me very seriously. Well, I was at this moment realizing what I had said and how I had said it. And he was lecturing me about that it could have bugs in it, or these kind of things that could destroy the whole agriculture of the Americas. So I get that. It's actually a serious offense. I
normal around the world.
should have thrown away the apple before customs, or eat it, preferably eat it. But I saved it for the second flight because I wouldn't get food on that flight. So that was dumb. Anyway, then he like put down all the notes and all the information of my passport. So I really hope it said 1 apple at the document that they now have of me at the USA borders customs, because I'm already afraid if I ever have to travel again back to like TwitchCon or whatever reason to go to America, that I'm stopped at customs and checked for everything because of this incident. I hope they wrote down she had 1 apple. And said she was a bad girl. So yeah, that was my story. Oh, after that we could just go in. So then it was okay. But it was.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, then I also have like 2 short stories about like about the United States. So
Okay.
the United States are like, or it's like my favorite place to go on a holiday for, like doing road trips, rent an American muscle car, because I really love American muscle cars. But it was actually last year we were on a holiday in Texas, and of course Texas is the state with guns, and I always had this dream to like shoot one with a pistol and a gun. So we were like, we're in Texas, we have to do this. So we went to the shooting range. We took our passport with us and everything. And like, apparently you just have to like fill out everything manually in a machine. And they didn't even really check our passport. So that was already crazy in my opinion. So like when I was there, I was like, maybe there's like this crazy dude who's going mental. And then like, I don't know, they could done anything. So we went for like a pistol. I think it was a Magnum. Not 100% sure though. And an M15, so that's like an assault rifle. So we got like this whole explanation. We went into a separate room. We said like, yeah, this is how you do it. Don't like never put your finger on the trigger like when you're done with shooting. So we went there and I was shooting with, oh no, it was a Glock, by the way, the pistol. So I was shooting with a Glock. That was fun, a bit stressful. Like I got a sort of anxiety attack since shooting with a gun was so crazy to me. Like doing it in game, no problem. But here in the Netherlands, like guns, like it's really hard to like go to a shooting range because you need to get like a sort of license and stuff. So then I was going to shoot with the M15 and I got such a sweating attack, and I was also looking around me like, oh my god, like if like I saw so many people like shooting with the semi-automatic gun as well, like bam 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 bam. So like I did shoot everything, but like I was actually panicking. But it was a cool experience. If you're ever in the US or somewhere else, just try it. But yeah, that was quite intense. And I had like an anxiety attack that I never really had before, like on that scale. Other story was also the same holiday. So of course, Texas is a state where tornadoes can be. And I'm actually almost sure that we got into an EF0 or EF1. Like I never experienced weather like this. Like there were huge ass hailstones. Like I saw like the sand like flying up, I think about 30 or 40 meters without a joke on a distance. And the weather was like this for like 45 minutes. And there was so much rain, we were slipping away. And
you were in the car, but the boulders were flying around.
So sand, like dust was like, but it was so scary. I also remember there was this guy on a motorcycle and he had to drive through like the hill and the rain, and I felt so bad, and I was it was crazy. However, I know Angelo noticed as well, and I know that he has the same idea as well, but I really want to see a tornado one day, just like from a safe distance, but like do a sort of tornado chasing. But that would be super cool.
Yeah, I saw your Instagram story when you came back and you said that was the scariest thing ever. I really want to do this again.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Yeah. Sorry,
Germany
Abby, what did
had
you
a
want to say?
tornado. Germany had a tornado like 3 years ago, and it actually happened in the place where I was working.
Really?
Like outside our doors. Like I was at a fashion store. I used to work at a fashion store, and we had glass doors. So we watched the tornado form in front of us. And
Wow.
no one had an idea, obviously, because Germany doesn't know tornadoes. That was like a once in a lifetime thing. And my boss was like about to walk to the door because she was like, "What's happening out there? Why is it so loud?" And she witnessed the tornado literally come up from the floor. Or like not from, like, I guess go down from the floor. I'm not a tornado expert. I didn't see it. And she started like yelling at all the employees that were in the store to pull the people inside because all the like tiles fell off the roofs. There was a
Oh,
tree that got
shit.
ripped out. It was like an actual tornado. Yeah, so that was cool. I left my laundry outside that day because it was nice and sunny, and my cat had obviously outdoor access. So when I came home, I thought that he's a goner. Luckily, him and my laundry survived though. So apparently, my house was completely untouched by the tornado.
Wow.
Big win. And
That
the
was kind of
store
cool
was
though.
like,
It was not scary at all. It was cool. The store was fine. I don't know how. Glass doors, I guess.
Yeah, with all of the glass. Wow.
Yeah, she locked the glass doors while it was happening. Once we got like a bunch of people inside, then a reporter came up to us, and I got in trouble because apparently for that specific store, only the CEO was allowed to hold interviews of any kind. And because I mentioned the store, because I worked there, I got in trouble. I got to write up.
That's crazy. Oh, wow.
Insane.
Yeah. I don't think I need to ever do like the tornado hunting, even in one of those
Nah.
cars. I used to watch that, but I think I would get so nervous. Yeah, no. I'm way
There's
too
like these
easily
really big
stressed for that.
tornadoes, like these thick ones that are apparently dealing no damage, but they're like really, really gigantic. I love watching that content on TikTok. I can't lie.
You do?
Same.
Oh, wow.
It's like it makes me go like, oh, thank God I'm not in America right now. Look at those fools. Like,
Yeah, I used to watch that. Like there was this TV program like Tornado Hunters, but like I always thought like, why? They're like, we heard on the radar there's a tornado. We have to set course right now. And I was like, no, you're supposed to not okay. And then they would get there again, and then it was scary.
But they passed away, right? The
there was
tornado
like
hunters.
there was
They
like a
passed
group
away
of
in a
tornado
tornado?
hunters. Yeah, but it was like a walking man. Like I think it was called a Walking Dead man tornado, where it was like multiple tornadoes that formed into one at some point, and that's where they passed away from, I think.
Wow,
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, storm chasers, I think it was called. Indeed, that's insane.
Yeah.
Well, after these awesome stories and talking about tornadoes and everything, you already talked a little bit about taking vacation, Abby. I'm really interested about how's all of your work-life privates balance, because I know streamers tend to be not that great at it, and especially streamers who also work. Tonje, how do you work with your work-life balance?
What is sleep?
You don't sleep?
At this point? Yeah, I guess. No, I'm I guess the worst possible person to ask. Like I run my company. It's my baby. I think it's hard because like yesterday I stopped working at like 30 minutes before midnight, and I'd been working since 9 a.m. more or less. Walked my dog, but that was about it. But because we had a last minute, like I needed to write some contracts and some shit and like stuff that I had to do. I find it hard because I would like to have a life to some degree, but I also really enjoy working, which I think a lot of people don't do. Like a lot of people just don't like their job. I really, really like my job. I really enjoy spending time on it and doing it and investing time into it because I can see the results of doing that very quickly as well. So I think it's a little bit different for me because I don't mind working a 12-hour day. Like it's tiring, but I also don't mind. I enjoy that. I enjoy going to events where I'm like running around like a madman. It makes me feel alive a little bit, you know? But today has been like slow. I obviously can't function to the same speed as I did yesterday, but I don't know. It's hard because like it's something I really want, and therefore I don't see it as it's something ruining my life either. So
That's
I'm like,
good.
okay, but this is what I want. And I'm doing my, I obviously have my dog, so I'm touching some grass during the day. Um, and, I still try to prioritize what is important to me, whether that being like friends and family and relationships, and, being healthy. So I've created very specific routines for me, which sounds silly, but the only thing I have for breakfast every single day is toast and egg because it limits my choice of what I have to decide during a day. I always know what I'm having for breakfast. I always know when I'm having breakfast. It is a choice that is then just eliminated from my life. So I don't have to use any mental capacity to choose what it is I'm going to eat, right? So I do the same with like meal prepping and stuff. So like everything's ready for me so I can still take care of myself, but within the framework that I'm choosing to do it in. And it's the same with like, all the other healthcare or self-care stuff. I mean, like, trying to dress up and look good and like just kind of add to stuff because I'm sitting at home all day, every day, right? Like I have nobody to look good for besides like when I'm in meetings or something, but also they don't care if I look like a homeless gremlin, like it's whatever. So I think there's just like small things that I have implemented to my life that made it function better. But I don't think my lifestyle is for anyone. I wouldn't recommend it unless you like really want something because you need to like be dedicated.
But it's
I
also
think.
how long you do something, because I used to work a job that was like 40 hours a week. And then I also advised a startup because that gives me a lot of energy and I really enjoyed doing that. So I'd had some meetings here and there throughout the month. And then I streamed like 20 to 25 hours a week as well. And then I would edit for like YouTube every now and then as well. And I would like try to get some emails to like talk to potential sponsorship opportunities and stuff like that. So I also for 1.5 years had a blast working 90, 100-hour work weeks. And I absolutely loved it because I was doing the things I wanted. But then after a while, it was like getting to drain me because every single vacation that I would take from my full-time job would be a week where I would do a stream marathon or something like that, or like stream every day or longer. So even vacation would be work, but I would love it. So it worked. But then I did notice I went to a burnout. So that's why I came in front of the choice. What am I going to do? Like, am I going to stream or am I going to work full time? So I decided to go full time streaming and still do the advisory things for the startups on the side because I just knew like if I do this, like the full time working and the streaming with this amount of hours, I'll get burned out. And like I'm so happy I made that decision. And if streaming doesn't work out, like right now it's been working out for me for like the last year. If it doesn't work out, I can always find a new job. I know it's not that easy, but eventually, you can do that again. But like starting to stream again is, I think, a little bit more difficult. So, but yeah, are you taking vacation and those kind of things? Can you
God,
take
no.
breaks, Tonje?
No, so like I'll share as well in I think it was in March. So January, February, we did 12-hour days, both months, everything, me and my entire team. And in March, I basically had to just like I had to just stop. Like I went through so I've had an injury on my leg for many, many years ago. Like I broke my leg. It was very severe. And I had to go to now trauma therapy to try to like teach my brain that I'm not in pain anymore. So I need to like, whatever. So I went to trauma therapy, ended up having trauma therapy about very many other things instead of just my legs. But she was like, okay, but what if you die tomorrow? Or like, what if you end up in a coma? What happens to your company then? And I like took a breath for like a second there one of the days and I just crashed so hard. I got so ill because I like hadn't taken a break in forever and my body was just like absolutely collapsing under me. I couldn't function at all. So I had to take like a full week. I was forced to take a week just because I couldn't function at all. So as I said, not for the week, but I ended up getting a consultant earlier this year, a couple of months ago. And in my contract, it says that when he is done working with us, I have to take vacation. So like if I'm not able to like free up my own time enough to take vacation, then he kind of has failed his job as a consultant with us. And I thought it was like, haha, funny. And he's like, no, I'm deadly serious. Like, if you don't fulfill your part of this contract, like, that's going to be like the end of you if you don't see that it's important. But it's hard to choose to take time off when you're like very dedicated to something, as you know as well. Like you have this dedication and passion and everything, and you're like, oh, but if I just work a little bit more, then it's a little bit better.
But if
and
you crash
because
fully, you cannot work at all.
that's like the problem, right?
Yeah.
No. So we've worked on it. There's a lot of new systems in place. Don't worry, we've been 180ing the whole
eventually
company.
You think
so
you will take a vacation.
yes. I'll take some vacation. I have to by
That's
contract.
nice. Yeah.
So, but it's definitely hard. But I try to make sure that I don't work Saturdays and Sundays. I used to do that, but now I am taking those days, like for me, making sure that the regular adult stuff, the house is clean and whatever. But it's something that I never really thought of as like a issue, because like when I go on travels for TwitchCon, that's like vacation,
Yeah.
Obviously it isn't,
But it's
'cause
not.
you're working 12 to 18 hours a day as well. I'm definitely a workaholic, don't get me wrong. It's but it's because I enjoy it, right? So it's like it's okay. But then I'm working on a balance, but I get bored. Like, what am I supposed to spend time doing? Like, I like reading, but I'll read for a little bit and I'm like, okay, now what?
Yeah,
I'll go hiking or whatever.
The same
like
issue that I don't know what to do, but I like doing things with friends. So I try to like every now and then have a day where I just go on an adventure, like go to a museum or a park or just watch a movie together or spend dinner and stuff like that. I hope the consultant does his work right and that you dare to take a vacation where you don't work.
Let's see. All of a sudden you see it on my Instagram story. I'm somewhere, hopefully on a beach. I'll have to figure out where it's nice weather in January.
That sounds good. There's always a place where it's nice weather. Abby, how do you deal with your work-private life?
Well, as you know, Tony and I are like competitors. so I think we have similar work schedules. I think it's just the nature of the current industry where you have to basically work longer and faster and harder, or else there's going to be another person taking over and stealing your deal, basically. So I love, as I said earlier, this best job I've ever had. The people are extremely great. My boss is like an impressive woman who I look up to, and she's like the coolest person in the world. And I like her system because she says like she works the entire year really hard, and like when she feels like she's close to a crash out, she just goes to Bali and she just spends like a 3-week Bali vacation, and she works from Bali, and it's her happy place. And I think that's really nice. But I also realized that I don't take any vacation days. Like at the end of the year, I always have like half my vacation days left over because I don't want to go. So I don't really care. Like Peter, my boyfriend, has to like take me away. He literally last time he was like, I just booked a cruise. You need to take these days off. And I went to the cruise and it was great. But I still like, the only issue that I had was that there was no internet on the water, and I forced him to buy like Starlink so I could look at my emails. So he spent like $50 so I could like just answer emails and forward them. So yeah, it's just a job field. I think esports wasn't any better. As I said, I had 2 jobs at the same time: part-time esports, full-time job. I was studying on the side. Like I didn't have any free time. And if I do have free time, I just play video games with friends, and I'm like, I could stream that. And then it's like another job kind of. So I guess I'm kind of forcing myself now. I went into routine. Last year was really unhealthy. Over the last 4 months I lost like 16 kilos just because I like stopped the routine. Like I stopped like doing nothing. I go to the gym at 5 a.m. in the morning now. So I wake up early, I go to bed early, I go to sleep at like 9:30 every day. Clockwork. I also told my boss, like, I am not available for American time zones, but I am available for Australia because they're awake at 5 a.m., so yeah. Pros and cons. Yeah.
That's really
But
impressive. Congrats on like going to the gym on like a daily basis. That's
thanks. But
really,
now
really
all my hair's falling out because I lose so much weight too fast, and my body's like, stop,
nice.
please. So there's that.
Yeah. Wow.
That's also why I'm dark haired now.
Because it became thinner. What?
Because it's like my hair is falling out, and I was like, my mom said it's the bleach. My mom hates my hair, like the fact that I've dyed so many times because I went like new color every week. I think I was blonde. Was I blonde on LFG? I don't remember.
Yes,
but then I went
you
orange
were.
and red, and I was pink, and I was rose gold, and I went back to blonde, and then my mom said that I need to go dark or she will not talk to me, and now I'm my natural hair color. It's a change.
Yeah. Well, let's hope that your hair stops falling out now. But
yeah, I'm praying.
But you do get good sleep, so that is pretty nice.
Yeah, my skin, like girl, I have no wrinkles, nothing. Look at me, I'm shiny, I'm glowing. Like I look good. not one wrinkle.
I love
my
that.
Stress wrinkles. I had stress wrinkles right here, like one giant forehead line, because I always look like this. No longer, gone.
It's so funny. I love it.
Go to sleep early, guys. Trust me. Just sleep 9:30 to 5:30. Trust me. You will have.
If you want to have my alarm at 5 a.m., like I would. I know. No. So my partner actually has to wake up early often because he has to go to the office twice a week, and we live quite far off that, and he has to commute like an hour and a half. So he gives me a kiss or not and says bye-bye, and I just continue to sleep. Like there's no shared breakfast in our house because I will not get out of bed before 9. Like I'm not a morning person. I'll never become a morning person. And I love that when I work at startups, they're often in America. So all my meetings are like in the evening. And when I stream, it will not often be before 10 a.m. So that is really nice. But I'm happy that it works for you. I'm happy that it works for you.
It took a long time because during COVID, I think I was one of those people that went to bed at 7 a.m. I was like pure gaming, like sweatpants. I don't wear sweatpants anymore even. It's another thing that I like. Mindset. No more sweatpants. Always dress up for work, even if no one watches you. I thought that was pretty funny when Tonje mentioned it. Yeah, but it took like 3 weeks until I fully readjusted. I saw like a picture of me at a wedding in a dress, and I was like, I look so cute. But I looked at the picture and I looked pregnant, and that's like that was the switch. That was like, okay, I stop. I need to go to bed early.
Yeah,
it's underestimated how much
morning
people can do.
What did you say, Tonje? Sorry.
No, it's ridiculous how much like sleep can do. Like how good it actually like makes the rest of your life. It's crazy.
Yeah. Avi, you're sitting with 3 workaholics. How is your work private life?
Well, I'm also a workaholic.
What a surprise.
Always been. But like, especially, I find it so difficult to like have a good and healthy work balance. Oh my god!
It's
what a cutie!
Oh, black cats are amazing.
Toto, right? Toto. So
my
cute.
My son came to Grace's house with his present.
He looks so serious. I love black cats.
Smells so good.
Oh.
Apparently, black cats are less often adopted because they don't look good on Instagram.
Yeah. He looks so good. Look at him. This is a face of a model. I dress him up every Halloween. Last year he was a witch. The year before that he was a businessman. He had a little tie. And one time he was a pumpkin.
That's cute.
I love that. Sorry, Avi, I got distracted for a second.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. No, it's okay. No, so like I find it very difficult to like find a good and a healthy work balance. Like also with my previous job, like I was always online, like keeping up with the latest trends, like monitoring, coming up with campaigns. And when I went out somewhere, I was always thinking like, oh, hey, I can make some cool content for this, for Xbox, for example, or like for my own channels. Like even when I'm just browsing on Facebook or when I'm reading news articles, I always get inspiration. Then I go on my phone, write it down. So I have like this whole list of notes with so many ideas, but I just don't have the time.
Yeah.
So that's super annoying that I have so many ideas, but I cannot like I don't have the time to do it. And I actually think that I have ADHD. Not sure though, because I don't really find myself that hyper, but it's more that like it's on my Facebook feed a long time. So I'm really having troubles when I'm at home, when I'm on the couch. It's very difficult for me to get up, and then I can do everything like all at once, for example. And that's also what I have with content creation, for example, or like with streaming. So sometimes I really like have to wait until I have energy to do it. But when I do it, I'm like full there. So I'm still finding a way to find like a good balance, even though I really love what I'm doing. Like I really love campaigns that I'm doing. I really love streaming. I used to like previously work within the gaming industry. But yeah, a good balance. Yeah, it's just difficult because you're just basically always online, keeping up with the latest things. And yeah, I think that's just a way of life. It's nice, but sometimes it's also nice to go offline. So once a year, twice a year, I just go to a sauna. I'm not looking at my phone for like 8 or 10 hours. And then I'm so tired when I'm back, and then I'm sleeping like a baby.
That's really nice. That's really nice. So you
Yeah.
actually are able to really disconnect. What helps you in doing that?
Going to the sauna, basically. So that's the only place where I just where I cannot go to my phone. So
But
it's
you
in my
cannot bring
locker.
it into the sauna, no. Yeah.
Exactly. So then just like go like smell those nice scents and like lay down and swim, and then. But for the rest, I'm always looking on my phone. Like when I go to bed, I'm on my phone. When I'm waking up, I'm on the phone. When I'm in the like waiting in the car, I'm on my phone. So like basically everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a common problem for creators and people in the game space. They say if you make your hobby your work, you never work a day, but I think it's the other way around. If you make your hobby your work, everything you do is work. And even when I read books, I want to do that productive nowadays. So like I then set a goal like, oh, I should read at least a chapter a day, because then, you know, I ter ontspanning. How do you say that in English? So I can like wind down. So reading is good. But then I'm like, I need to get this chapter. And it's all of a sudden no longer about winding down, but about achieving my goal to read a book and thus be better at like the work that I do, because I took a moment for relaxation. So yeah, it's tough every now and then. I haven't discovered it yet, how to have a very healthy work-life balance. So I love asking this question to hopefully learn something from others. So thank you all for sharing how you do that. I know a lot of streamers want to work in the game space. All three of you are working in the game space. Do you have any advice for people that are currently streaming or not streaming and they're looking to work in the game space? Anything from your experience that you'd like to share?
Don't join an esports org. Never do it. Not even as a community manager, not as a streamer, not as a content creator. Do not join an esports org. And don't take those affiliate deals. Never get an affiliate link. They're bullshit.
Yeah. 100% agree with that.
Yeah. Affiliate links are, unless you really want to promote a product and you really don't care that you're marketing something for free because you anyway would promote it all the time and now you can get some bonus money through an affiliate link. Don't do affiliate links. No, it's bad. Agreed.
I think it's... yeah.
No, I think it's good what you said. Like you applied for the Xbox role, even though you didn't think you were qualified. I think a lot of people don't realize how many qualifications you actually end up having and how well suited you can be for certain roles when you have been a streamer or gaming in general, because like you learn so many systems and intricate stuff that like you just don't get across. And a lot of, especially like new roles, they're literally made like just on the day. Like I could just rename my own title like Master Lord Dungeons Dragon Slayer, and like that's the title in my company, you know, like it's just a title, you know. So it's a part where there's so many new roles and like space, like just generally space in this industry where like you might not think that you match the role, but the person reading the whatever role description it is. They're like, yep, I like that one. That one done some weird shit on the internet. Let me go grab that one and hire them, you know? So I think my advice would be like, just apply. Do anything if you want to.
You'd like the job and can do it, you should apply. Yeah.
I think the most important thing is the passion, or like why do you want to have the job? Like, is it because like you genuinely want to be in the gaming space? Okay, cool. Then just apply. Just write that. Like genuinely write something fucking true in an application. Be like, I actually just want to fucking be in this space and I just need somebody to take a chance on me. I hired a person who wrote that and I'm like, I bet. Let's show me what you got then. Let's do it. And that is one of my top employees. So
yeah. And awesome. I think also what's very important is like networking, like on gaming events, like go to stands, like, but also talk to like fellow other content creators, like collaborate, just like we're doing today, for example. And LinkedIn is also very, very important, like very valuable. Yeah. So I can also highly recommend that.
Keep it up to date. Use the hashtags, even if they look stupid. Update every single job position you had with the exact like things you've done, things you've learned from there. I had really, really top companies reach out for job interviews with me because of my LinkedIn profile, and they said, "Hey, your skills look like you match this role. Do you want to like talk to us?" And I was like, "Yeah, oh, absolutely, sure, why not?" And these things happen. My friend, like literally first week of his LinkedIn experience, he got like a top paying position in a really good company. And he thinks that LinkedIn is like some sort of magical wonder website now because it was literally his first experience on LinkedIn. Obviously this isn't going to happen to everyone, but make sure to use LinkedIn. Network. You don't need to post actively, but comment under other people's posts, like their posts, share them. Be that guy. And if you add people, write a message.
Yeah.
I have like 3,000 connections on LinkedIn. So recently I was like, fuck, I should probably talk to these people. So I just started messaging people. So I did like an evening where I messaged about 150 people. I ended up with so many meetings. It was like, hey, you want to chat? You want to do something? And I'm like, oh shit, I should maybe talk to the people that I actually connect with, because I just go in and be like, oh, you look interesting. Let me connect.
Yeah. We are connected as well, Tonje. Mm-hmm. Did you know that?
I should message you one day, I guess. I guess so. No, I think I remember that actually. Oh, but that was because we were with the Xbox in the NL region. So I was like,
yeah.
Let me get that.
True.
Networking is so important, but I think the most important thing that people don't understand is that like having good people in your corner in the gaming industry is so important, because I have gotten so much like recommendations and work and whatever just from like people liking what we stand for, what we do, the quality of the work, you know. So like, sure, you'd be like, oh, I'm going to network for the sake of networking. And I'm like, no, you should probably network because like you like people and like you want to talk to them and you're like, hey, maybe I can help you with something, or, you know, not go in with like a salesy thing. But that's just me. I don't know.
Yeah, genuine connection over having just a bunch of connections that you don't even message. Yeah.
Should take a note from my own book. But
it sounds good. I was wondering, what is one of the most memorable moments that you've had during your streaming career?
Ooh.
I got interviewed for a TV show in Norway. Or not interview, where they did an episode on something called Trygdekontoret, which is like a thing that's been on TV for like centuries and centuries at this point, I guess. And they did like a segment where me and Proxy Fox, actually, the girl I ended up hiring as in my company, which is wildly crazy. I didn't know her at the time, or like knew her well. I knew of her. But me and her was in this episode on like different segments of like how we spoke about streaming and what it like did and stuff. And on TV, obviously they can like edit stuff and you have a bit more like freedom. Like Twitch has TOS, like, but these people run their own like TV network, right? So they can do whatever they want on TV. So the host was like on my stream and we were cooking at the time, and he just like took the knife in his hand and started that game, and I'm like, you gotta fucking stop. Like, if you hit yourself, you're gonna get me banned.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like he was being so reckless, and I just panicked so hard, and I'm like, please don't do this. And I'm so glad that they didn't like bring it in on it, because I was like legit yelling at him like this grown-ass man. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. What are you doing? You're gonna get me banned, you idiot.
That's
That was
really
crazy
cool.
to me. That was just crazy.
That's cool. Congrats on getting like interviewed as well. It's so cool when people want to share your story of being a streamer, and there's still so many people, like, even after all this time, who don't know what Twitch is or have a very bad idea about what Twitch is. I just met someone at the airport in San Diego who thought everybody on Twitch did soft porn, and I was like,
I mean, nowadays, didn't someone just give birth on Twitch? Like,
yeah.
Like, gee, thanks, Karen. How am I supposed to keep up with that?
Yeah. So, Abby, what was for you a very memorable moment on Twitch?
Well, as you know, I have Toto. He is obviously, since he's been with me, he's obviously the star of the show. One time he brought a live bird into my apartment, and I was in the middle of talking, and I turned around, and there was a bird, like a gigantic pigeon. And I don't know if you know pigeons, but they usually carry fleas and stuff. So obviously my first, I was actually really cool about it too. Like, I'm really proud of myself. Like, I turned around, I was like, oh, and then I turned around, I was like, 1 second, guys. And then I pushed mute and I ran after the bird, and it took a really, really long time. And it was like 30 minutes of me just like chasing the bird. And I forgot I was streaming at some point, because then I threw the bird out because I didn't want to leave. I just gently placed it outside my window and prayed for the best. And Toto came back with the bird like 10 minutes later. Once I get back, sit down, start playing Siege, Toto comes back with the bird. This time it was no longer alive. He was like, oh, you're such a horrible hunter, mother. So I had a bird funeral. I was really sad about it. And then the funeral was me basically throwing it into my neighbor's garden because I didn't know what to do with it, and I panicked really hard and just put it in his garden. The next day, he was just like, damn, these foxes, man, they get really bad. I found a dead bird in my garden, like a pigeon, big thing. I had to bury it. I was like, oh, who would have done that? Terrible foxes out here, man. So yeah, that was a great moment.
That is a really great moment. That's tough to follow. But Abby, do you want to try?
Yeah, I like to like stay in the same theme of birds. Like, I think the community members that are in the chat already know what I'm going to tell. But sometimes I also like to do IRL streams. So this summer, I went with a fellow streamer. We were hiring a boat. So, like looking at those beautiful typical Dutch houses, and we were just doing our thing. And then out of a sudden, like, I already saw some birds. There were seagulls. And like, there was so much water, and our boat was so small, and then us in there were like even smaller. And then this freaking seagull, he managed to poop on us, and also like my whole laptop. So also on the clip that you saw, you hear like floods, like the whole sound of like the pooping, and it was so terrible. And we also didn't have anything to like clean it. So when we were back, we had to clean it. And yeah, it was interesting. It was funny, but it wasn't that funny because there was also poop on us. So
I'm so sorry, but I mean, it did make for a great clip. So that's the one positive thing about streaming. That's my god, crazy. Yeah, Angelo, you can share the clip in chat for the people who missed it to show it again. That's there it is. Oh, wow.
But they definitely know what they're doing, because one time I went out of the gym, and my gym has like this roof, and I had a gym coffee because you get free coffee in the gym, and between the roof and the like house there was this much space, and of course a bird poops through the space into my coffee. Like, so I just into the coffee, and I was just sitting there like, great, thanks. And I had to go back upstairs and be like, yo, can I get a new coffee? Someone just pooped in mine. So that was So those birds, they definitely know. They can definitely aim. They're doing it on purpose.
Yeah, 100%. They are dicks.
Oh my god, I'm always afraid. Like, if I'm in Amsterdam, like, and you have Dam Square, there's always those people that like sit with their hands to like feed all the pigeons and like have them on top of their whole body, and I'm always like afraid that the moment they fly up, like they will shit on me. So I'm always like, when I walk past places with pigeons, I'm always like kind of scared that it will happen this time. Which I just, I really, really dislike. But from pigeons back to gaming, how did you all get into gaming? Like, how old were you? What was your first game? And like, how did your whole gaming life start? Abby, you smile. Do you want to start?
Okay, so I was 5 years old. It's actually a really sad story. I don't know why I'm smiling. My dad had cancer. And
like,
we went for his
trauma. Yes.
Yeah, and we went, like, he was at home for the last time, and he went through his belongings, and he was, like, thinking what to give me, the 5-year-old, and he pulled out Age of Empires 2 on a CD, and I was like, what's that? Obviously, I didn't know what to do. I don't know how well my speaking abilities were, but, like, what's that, Papa? And he was like, you're going to meet the best game of the century now. Of the century, by the way. That game was like released a couple of years before that, it was like 1999 when it came out. So back then PCs weren't that great, obviously. So he set me in front of our ginormous stone PC, and he played with me for the entire first campaign of Age of Empires 2. I did call my dad Papa, by the way. It's a German thing. German Russians, we call, So I did play that game all the time. He passed away shortly after that, and I kind of connected through that game with him in a way. And I never
deleted a beautiful story.
Yeah, and then I started playing World of Warcraft, and it went downhill from there. Like, someone got me into League, and then things happened. Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing.
Best game though, by the way. If you have never played Age of Empires, you need to play it. It's like such a good game.
You need to play Age of Empires.
And it's still good. Like, it aged really well.
Yeah.
It aged
even
really
multiplayer,
well.
girl.
One day I'll put it on my endless to-do list, okay? Age of Empires. Oh my god. One day.
Two. Not one, two. You need to play 2.
Number 3 is pretty solid as well, but 2 and 3 are the best ones.
Okay. I might.
4 is garbage. Fuck that
have you played Warcraft? It's the same thing, kind of.
Yeah, I'm playing Warcraft 1 right now. No, I finished 1. I'm now playing Warcraft 2. So I'm going through all these old games. Like, we just finished StarCraft 1. Now we're doing the DLC of StarCraft 1. We finished Warcraft 1. I'm doing Warcraft 2 right now, and then I want to like go to StarCraft 2 and Warcraft 3. Also a lot of Heroes of Might and Magic 3. So lots of old games on my channel. So maybe I should try Age of Empires. I just wonder if it's fun if you've never played it before, because it's so nostalgic for other people. But with Warcraft and StarCraft, I love the game, so it works.
It's just a good game. Like, it's you don't need the nostalgia, because I feel like that when I tried WoW, it felt like it was very nostalgia driven, but Age of Empires is not that. It's genuinely just a good game. Like,
some of these games age so incredibly well. I have that with Heroes of Might and Magic 3 as well, which is also a 90s game, but it aged so well. Tonje, how did you start gaming?
PlayStation, the first, got it. Played the demo disc. That was what we played basically.
What was on the
for like the longest time. I can't fucking remember, but no, it was like Crash Bandicoot, I think, and then like some Spyro, and just like it was like one level of each thing. And I never understood like how big of a game Spyro was, because I just played like the demo disc.
Was that
yeah, I was like 4 or 5. Like, I was super young, so I was like, oh, okay, this is sick. Games. But no, then we got like more games for it eventually, and then got the Xbox. And then my uncle like chipped it, as you call it. So he like jailbroke it so we could play like burnt games on it. So he downloaded a bunch of games. And that's when I got like the Sims Tokyo edition, which I have struggled to find again. Like, I cannot for the life of me find it. Like, it had like some insane kind of storylines and also furniture and stuff. So I'm like, that might have been just like a modded game, like a creator made game, because I cannot find it.
Aw.
Storyline
Oh.
sounds. There's like a bunch of. Was it Sims 2?
I don't know what it was. I
Because
just
there's like a
remember that it
bunch of
was like a
storyline
Tokyo
games.
thing.
Sims Herbs was a thing. Castaway. I love the story ones. They did good at stories. I don't know why they didn't continue them. And now it's just Sims 4.
It was very
Yeah.
cool. I liked the Sims ones back then. But yeah, that's kind of what I have as a recollection of it. I was always like I played a lot of outside, so I played football and stuff, so I didn't play too much. It was mainly on the weekends. We
That's
played a little
nice.
bit when we were bored in the morning. So it was until we got like more games on it, because like the demo disc, you kind of run out of how many levels you can be bothered playing the first
Over and
level of a
over and
game
over
again and
again.
again and
Yeah.
again and again. So yeah, but I mean, you're easily entertained when you're a kid. So
Yeah. I
Yeah.
used to have a PlayStation as well, PlayStation 2, and I'd love to play Rayman. And it was only years later that I tried it again and learned that there were so many more levels. But that was a
Right.
genuinely hard game. I just literally couldn't get through it. And then years later, I learned how big the game was. I still haven't finished it, but that was incredible. I see in chat people talking about Red Alert 2. Absolutely loved that one. Chess Check Rabbit. I played that one as well.
Oh,
Any
yeah.
other?
It's a very niche game. Donkey Kong 64. I
Oh,
don't
that
know
was
anyone
amazing.
who like says, "Oh yeah, I love that game." Banjo-Kazooie is like V64 game, but Donkey Kong 64, I tried not jailbreaking it, and I couldn't find the right version. Like, it's so sad because that was like generally I was such an asshole playing that game. Because it wasn't
Yeah.
my game, it was my friend's game,
my
and she
God.
didn't figure out to shoot the balloons, and I figured out how to shoot the balloons. And every time I shot the balloons, I was like, so crazy that you didn't know how to do that. Loser.
I was actually expecting that they would make like a remake of that one, because it was such a cool and successful game. Like, it would be so cool if it would come out on the Nintendo Switch too.
And the song slapped so bad.
yeah. DK. Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong.
He's the leader of the gang. You know him well. Okay, but
Cute. Abby, how did you start
There.
gaming, or was it Donkey Kong as well?
No, but I have played a lot of Donkey Kong, but like the first console. So actually, my brothers and my sister got me into gaming. So we had the 8-bit Nintendo with like Duck Hunt and like the OG Mario Brothers. That was amazing. Then I also finally got like a pink Game Boy Pocket. That was the shit, with like Pokemon Yellow, hands down the best Pokemon game there is. And like, I also remember back in the days, you also had those like game cartridges with like 200 games on there. But then there were only like 20 games that you can play, but then they all had like different names. But then when you click on 22, it's the same game as number 4, for example. So yeah, no, that was really nice and fun. And then after the Nintendo, like when I went into my teens, I switched to Xbox. I was playing more the hardcore games like Call of Duty. I got every Call of Duty. And yeah, that's actually my story.
Nice.
Well,
Yeah, it's always crazy, right? To see how we started. Do you guys still play nostalgic games every now and then?
Yeah,
not really. I did.
Recently I started playing GTA Vice City again. Like, I really love the songs in the game and like reliving how I played it back in the days. But it's quite difficult. There's one level with a helicopter with a construction site. I just cannot do it. And I was younger, I was able to do it. So yeah, I'm still trying to get that one.
Nice. And you, Tonje?
Well, I went back and finished Spyro. I had to 100% it, obviously, because like I didn't know it was as large as it was. Same experiences you had with like Rayman. Or no, was it Rayman? Yeah, it was Rayman.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so I did that on stream though, but that was the only thing. I don't really go back nostalgic too much. I mainly stayed Age of Empires. Now the Baron Cat's girlfriend has ruined my life because Age of Empires is available on mobile.
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna play that. But no, I mainly just go back to play the same strategy games kind of when I'm back. Yeah, on mobile. See, now we've ruined Angela's
Baron
life.
just shared it in chat.
What a day. What a day. But no, I think it's
say
been
goodbye to the last bit of sleep that you had.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's it.
And
Ruined it.
Abby, are
I
you
can't have
nostalgic?
mobile games, honestly.
I'm thinking. Like obviously Age of Empires I still play from time to time, but it's not really a nostalgia thing. It's more like a try to beat my friends thing. Always come back to World of Warcraft, as I mentioned earlier, nostalgic. I'm actually I'm more nostalgic about board games, like Cluedo or Cluedo.
Yeah.
That's like, if I see someone own that game, I will scream and I will play it because that's like my favorite game in the whole world. I love detective games. I really like Sims 2. Like someone mentioned like PlayStation 2, and I was like thinking back, and my friend had a PlayStation 2, and we always played together because that was the only game that had a split screen for 2 players. For Sims, multiplayer Sims was great, but I always had to play the man. And I really like, and now I'm thinking even further back, and I'm like, wow, I always had to play the man. And like all the co-play games I played, I was always the dude. Even when we played Family as a child, I was the father. It's just that vibe, I guess.
Wow. And when you said the split screen, I all of a sudden had to think about Guitar Hero 3. That was a little bit older, but like, oh my God, did I love playing Guitar Hero 3 when I was like, I think 15, 16 or something, 14 maybe with my friends. We'd had the Wii just so we could have Guitar Hero, and it was so good. I really enjoyed that.
Did you have the Buzz game? There was a game for PlayStation 2 called Buzz, and I remember that one being so amazing. Oh my God. If anyone has Buzz, like somebody needs to start streaming this again. It's hilarious because it's a party game where you each have like a buzzer and then you need to pick an answer. So it's like, do you want to be a millionaire or something like that? But like you have to like buzz it. And then because the controllers were kind of shit, it didn't always register that you were buzzing. It caused mayhem. Absolute mayhem. So it was fantastic.
What
I do, it was also so nice, like back in the days of the GameCube, to like play Mario Party together at home. So like all like split screen and then like stealing stars from each other and then like getting mad at each other. Yeah, those were really the good old days.
I never had a console, guys. What the hell? I was with friends.
You can still buy one. It's not too late.
I worked last year. My boss bought everyone a PlayStation 5, and I sold mine. I have no space for a PlayStation in my house.
Yeah. One day.
Don't tell your boss.
You're still young.
I think she might know that. I'm not sure. I just like I obviously have a controller because games, some games only are good on controller, like Assassin's Creed Shadows. I feel like it's so much easier to play on the controller, but I get cramps because I don't think I grew up holding a controller, and for me it's like easier to do mouse and keyboard. But I feel like a loser now because everyone had a console. The first console I had was the Wii because my mom thought I'm gonna lose weight with Wii Sports, and that's why she bought me a Wii.
I thought that as well. I begged my mom for the yoga mat for the Wii because I was like, then I'll finally do yoga. Well, I never did that. No.
I did the stupid running every single day because I thought I'm literally like, it's a competition thing because I thought the people you're running past are like real people that I know. I don't know how they connected to my game, but I was like, damn, I'm beating these losers. And I was just like, did the running every single day. It's like my mom's like, did you do your homework? It's like, nah, mom, but I did the Wii. And it's like, okay, fine, you burned some calories.
Yeah. I did like the Wii. I did do some other sports things in there, so it did actually make me more active. I try to do that right now with the Ring Fit. Like I got the ring and everything, and then I got the game. But then I realized that game is really kind of boring pretty quick. So now I no longer do that, but I did, buy an expensive Ring Fit. Yeah. Tonje, you did like
the coolest one that I've done, or like the hardest one, I guess, that was still like enjoyable in a game, that was like Beat Sabers, like on VR. That is like amazing.
Yeah, but I
when it comes to like,
but you guys can afford a
sweating
VR
my
set.
ass off.
I should get something
sweating my
like that.
ass off playing that.
Yeah.
That was
Tonje,
insane. Like,
have you ever tried the 360 one?
no, I didn't. But I saw somebody do it, and it looks insane.
Yeah, it's really insane. Like that is really an insane workout as well.
I should
One of
get
my
like
friends
that.
was like top 10 in the world, and he came to my house and he like played it, and it was like in ghost mode and like basically invisible, and I'm like, how are you playing right now? Like there's nothing. Like he was like like, okay, cool. Sick.
That's awesome. I love it when games try to get people more active, because let's be honest, like I struggle with being active enough as a someone who works a lot, and work is often sitting here. So I have like a desk bike that I used to quite use every now and then, but now it's like, I don't know, I forgot that I had it until now. So then I'm like bicycling a little bit and stuff like that. I try to go on daily walks and all of that. How do you guys try to stay healthy while sitting a lot while working?
Of course, the Dutch person is a desk bike. Everyone's buying a walk pad, and you come out with a bike.
Yeah,
That's
it's
so
bad,
funny.
right? We should just go to the gym or outside, but no, I want to stay in my
I
goblin
find it so
home.
funny because everyone's doing the trap. Like everyone has these little like pads, treadmills on.
Yeah,
under
I
their
still want one
desks.
of those as well. Yeah.
I've never heard of a desk bike, but I was like, of course, a Dutch person. I always confuse Dutch and Danish. A Dutch person has a desk bike. No one else would do that. Only the Dutch.
So like how I'm trying to do it is like, so when it's not raining outside, I'm trying to walk every evening. And why I also like doing that, because I like to spot neighbor cats and I give them names, and then I pet them. So like I think I'm also a little bit known as the crazy cat lady in the neighborhood. But
I love that.
So like, yeah, so I'm getting the love of the cats, and then I'm also having like a nice walk, and I think it's a good balance. But it's nice to do. But when it's raining, I'm just staying inside and I'm just cleaning the house, and I get some steps as well by going up and down the stairs.
Had earlier this year, I in like March, because I've struggled a lot so much with my leg. She was like, okay, you should try to get rid of inflammation from your body. So I was like, okay, together with my doctor, I went on like this not like an maybe it was antibiotic. I can't remember what the fuck I was on, but I was like on a cure of some pills for, I don't know. And then she was like, okay, you should like try to get some movement in every single day. So I went a step further and I started a 75 hard challenge. But I did it only with like one 45-minute workout a day. So I was like, okay, let me make it like my 75 hard of kind of taking care of myself and like lowering inflammation. So I went in with like, okay, I'm only going to eat like this type of food, avoiding this, going to get the 45 minutes a day. And then when the 75 days was over, I was already on such a good like streak, and I had like such a good routine. So I just kept going until day 178, which I reached last week. But because I ended up in the hospital, I had a really bad allergic reaction. So I had to stay in the hospital. I ended up breaking the streak. I just like forgot. And I was so heartbroken. I was like, I can't believe I like forgot. I really enjoyed having this streak, and I went out of my way like every single day to like get those 45 minutes. It became, like you said, like a little bit of a goal where like I have to get this completion. But it was like such a healthy completion kind of, where I'm like, oh, I'm getting my 45 minutes of movement, which is like either a walk with the dog, or I went to the gym, or like something. One day I just went shopping. I was like, I'm just gonna walk for 45 minutes. So I had like my workout clock on, and I was like, okay, let me walk around shopping for at least 45 minutes, because and I got like way more steps than what I went when I walked my dog when I was shopping. So fine.
That's also, I had that for a time as well. Like my Apple Watch would track everything, but then it came to the like obsessive part where I would like bicycle into the city with my partner to go out for dinner. And I was like, shit, I forgot my watch, so the calories don't count. And he was like, what? And I was like, no, it doesn't count my minutes. And he was like, yeah, okay. And then I would want to like be home before 12. Like I had to be home at like 11, so I could like go on the bicycle at home to get my minutes in, you know? So it was also really good for me because I moved a lot, and like I also had like 45 minutes. I wanted to go to an hour, but that felt like such a, because they say you have to move at least an hour a day, but it felt like such a big investment, and 45 minutes was doable. But then every time I would forget my watch, because I don't like having a watch on all the time. So then I would feel like I would fail. So yeah, I should pick that up again, because I got sick at some point, and then I obviously didn't get my ring full a few days, and then I just thought, well, I failed, done. But now I have to like start again. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna start up again once I'm like clear of all this. I'm not allowed to work out for like 4 weeks, so I'm like, fuck me. So I
That's
can't restart my
long.
streak. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so long. So I have to wait until like that is over so everything is cleared because I don't know. I don't know what I'm allergic to is the problem, by the way. So like I don't know what's gonna trigger me to have another anaphylactic shock, basically. So can't do
That's
anything until my
so
body has calmed
intense.
down. It's been fun, interesting, learning new things about the body.
That's intense. Yeah. Good luck with discovering what you're allergic to. I hope you
Yeah,
find it
thanks.
soon. I have another question that I always love asking. Like, who is or are your favorite streamer or streamers, and how did they influence you, and why do you have so much respect for them? Avi, do you have someone popping up in your mind?
Ooh. I will need to think a little bit longer about that.
Okay, Abbie or Tonje, do you
Yeah.
have?
Yeah, I mean, I really, really love and respect and cherish Dan, Mr. GM. I think he's one of the best people to watch, even though he has a bigger community. He's one of the few streamers at that size that actively tries to respond to every single thing. He's so approachable. He's just like really like a pillar of the especially European community. There is one streamer that I'm kind of obsessed with, Platinum WoW. He's not really a streamer anymore. It's like content creator now. Platinum WoW. When I met him at Gamescom, I almost cried. I like ran past everyone else. He was right there. I got to be nice. I got the signatures from the other creators, but I went to him. I was like, "Can you just sign on the entire page?" And I still have it here. It's always with me. And I took a picture with him, and I was really happy. That was the best day of my life, and you can't even see it. That's great. There, you can see it. See how big it is?
That's really
Yeah.
big.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So those are my two. Obviously, not taking away Viev, because I love watching Viev, but that's a bit ass kissing right now. So
Yeah. No,
you and everyone I met, Darcy and Eve, Evie. Elfie, that's the one. Sorry, she's so gorgeous. I remember when I saw her at dance at the LFG, and I only saw her from the back, and I was like, who is this wonderful looking, beautiful specimen right there? And I took my friends, and we went over, and they wanted to introduce themselves to you. I'm not sure if you stood with them or if it was Darcy, but they just all stood next to each other and started introducing themselves, and I could only look at her beautiful
yeah, she's stunning
face.
and so kind as well. And
yeah,
I do have to agree with the whole Dan thing, like in the World of Warcraft community. We're of course both pretty big in the World of Warcraft community. It was so cool to go to LFG. LFG is like a community event hosted by Dan, Mr. GM, in London, and I went this year for the first time, and it was so cool to see how he brings these people together. Like it was really awesome to meet Darcy, to meet Elfie, to meet you, and seeing all these people IRL. And there were like shows, and it ended with karaoke. That was really bad, like really fun, but really bad.
Thanks.
Like I definitely think that he is an inspiring creator, also in the sense of what he does for the community. That was really, really, really cool. Thank you for sharing. Tonje, Avi, did you come up with someone?
I'd have a lot of respect for a lot of the talents that we do work with. They do put in a lot of work and effort, but I was thinking about what you said, like that I kind of look up to them and respect them in some sort of way with how they do stuff and why they do stuff. And I think the person that will always pop up for me is Annie Fuchsia. After I had I've always thought it was interesting how she like popped off and she gained like a larger platform out of WoW as well. But then I ended up in a conversation with her at DreamHack where I was like, is it accidental? Like, because you went from like averaging 500 to like averaging 2K. And she's like, it really wasn't, kind of, because she spent so much like dedicated time. And then I spoke to her for like 2 hours where she went through like all of the stuff that she constantly did and the backhand stuff, like backhand side of streaming, to kind of make sure that the streams performed well, that they functioned in like her community, and that she did so much research. And I have a lot of respect for anyone who puts effort into kind of their content and anything behind the streams in that sort of way. So we also have like, it's not a streamer though, but we have a YouTuber who travels, and he like has had for one of his video, I don't know if it's live or not yet, so I might be spoiling it. For one of his video, he took the Mensa test and he passed like ridiculously because he's super fucking smart. And he like has interviewed some professors, and like just for one YouTube video, this man has spent like a significant amount of time doing a bunch of research just to make like one 20-minute video be really like powerful. And I respect that quite a lot with our with our talents, but also generally around the space. I know that Annie is very good at it. Brulliver is our talent that does it quite a lot, and it's very noticeable. And then we have like Perry Cariol, who literally has spent like years of her life making this EEG function as a gaming controller so she can play games with her brain. That requires a level of like, it requires a level of self-torture. Like you hate yourself a little bit to put yourself through that amount of hours to just get good at something. Like I respect that a lot. So
agreed. I think it's really impressive to see how much work people put in behind the scenes, because some people think streaming is just about clicking the going live button, but it's so much more. And then looking at people like Perry, who games with her brain, or a Miss Mika, who games on a dance pad, or does like a duo Elden Ring run and those kind of things. It's I love how they always put themselves like a step further to try to reach new boundaries in the game scene. That's really impressive. They're definitely two of my people I look up to in sense of, not that they influence me, because I'm not gonna have a dance pad or the game with my brain, but I do really admire the work they put in to make that kind of content. How about you, Avi?
Well, thing is, I'm not that very well known with like that many creators like outside of the Netherlands. Like I do know a few, but I don't really watch them. But there's like one Dutch streamer I do really respect him because he is super creative. He always have like this creative concepts, and he always brings them to life. It's, I don't know if you know him, Viev, Hen Ryan Ent.
Yeah.
And I think it's so cool. Like he has these cool and crazy ideas, and he put them to life, and he's streaming it on Twitch, but also like he's making content on TikTok and Instagram, and it's like blowing up. And it's, I really have respect for that. It's really amazing. And I think I mean, a lot of creators are creative, but like the level of creativity from this guy is really insane.
Yeah, and he puts clearly a lot of work in editing and like tweaking how he makes the videos, and like always have a good catch at the start of his videos, so you're like instantly triggered to watch more of the videos. So that's very very impressive.
Yeah. And you?
No. Next question. What advice would you give yourself when you started streaming, if you could go back in time?
Nothing. Wouldn't be here I am if I changed anything.
I love that. Abby,
but like I give other advice to our talents. I'm like, make a fucking schedule, like make sure you're doing stuff properly, make sure you're posting on other social media. Like we run through a pretty rigorous program of like, how do you be a great creator? Like it requires a lot of fucking time and dedication, and then a schedule. A schedule
I always
is
say
important.
that as well. Like if I would have followed the Twitch how to become a good streamer rules, I wouldn't be a full-time streamer right now, because apparently taking a different path works for me. The only advice I would give myself is to don't allow people to emotionally manipulate me. I've had that in the first years a bit, that people like, they really threw all their baggage on me. Like I was their psychologist, their best friend, they're like their everything. And I felt so responsible for all of their shit. And I really, really love being there for the community. But I shouldn't be the person that if I don't respond, they would like end themselves, which I've had someone say to me like in the beginning. So that's the only advice I would give myself at the start. Like, just fuck your schedule, be variety, do your thing, but like don't let people use you as their emotional baggage dump and make you responsible for their lives. Like that almost made me quit streaming when that happened. So now I'm a little bit more distant every now and then. But also I host like VievCon and VievMus every year, and I hug my community and I love hanging out with them. And I really, really, really do have an emotional connection with quite a lot of people. But it's a little bit more distant, and I think that's good. So yeah. Avi, would you give yourself some advice in the past?
Yeah, like don't cancel streams that much. I then every time I post a story, yeah, I will go live, and then I use like the Snapchat filter with the big mouth and the big eyes, and then I'm too tired, I'm not going live, and like yeah, it happens so much, and I think that like that's so bad to do. Sometimes it can work, but like when I checked my archive, I did it so many times, and I don't even know how I hit partner. COVID as well, but no. But I think that's one important thing. Like a schedule is very important, even though it's very hard to maintain due to the work-life private balance and stuff. But yeah, I'm like overall I'm happy where I'm standing. As I said before, I don't want to be a full-time streamer because I cannot handle the pressure. Part-time is fine, you know, have a job on the side, stream 2 or 3 times per week. That's fine for me.
Yeah. And you, Abby, what advice would you give yourself?
Oh my god, I would just tell myself to stop shaving my eyebrows off. Like, I'm telling you, I went through the Voldemort phase with no eyebrows. I went with the edgy eyebrows. I had like at some point I had these little dots because I saw it in an anime once. I was like, that looks cool.
Do you have pictures of that as well?
Surely, there's definitely pictures. I'm surprised you're
in the Voldemort face.
Oh my god, I definitely have pictures of Voldemort.
Yeah, send them.
I also have like pictures where I like shave the eyebrows off, and then I put like eyelashes on my eyebrows, and I thought that was hilarious. I was like, I'm the funniest person in Germany. Like,
you have to send us some pictures after this episode.
Yeah,
we need to go into the rabbit hole. We need to go through all the faces of your eyebrows. Yeah, they look awesome right now, by the way. So well done on going full circle to having normal eyebrows. Oh, cat.
Thanks for them. Yeah, these are drawn on. Actually, I don't have eyebrows anymore because I shaved them off so much that
they didn't grow back.
No, not after the 15th time I did it.
Oh, but it looks so natural.
It looks natural right now. I thought you had real eyebrows.
Girl, let me tell you, best thing ever is the Build-A-Brow from Maybelline. Trust me, in this color. Okay, this is the Maybelline Build-A-Brow. It's my saving grace. It's like the best thing you could put on yourself.
Wow.
Hashtag no
not
ads.
sponsored, by the way. I'm actually Charlotte Tilbury partner. Right?
Build-A-Brow.
That's awesome.
Build-A-Brow. But yeah, I'm glad that they look that natural, because if we look back to my picture that I posted earlier, it's horrendous. My block brows were great. What can I say?
I love your whole look journey and how you brought us along. I'll share a little bit about my look journey. When I was like 15, I was like one of those emo kids. So we all have faces where we look, different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Avi, you were also an emo kid, right?
Yeah. First a skater girl, and then like an emo scene kid.
Yeah, Tumblr and MySpace. Did you have it? Tumblr and MySpace, the combination. Same.
Yeah,
it's deadly.
I mean, I still love dressing up every now and then, like very much goth. I love the goth vibe, but I always have red hair, so I feel like it's always like still not too much. I'm a variety streamer, but also a variety personality. I love flower skirts. I love goth outfits. My favorite music is rock and metal, but I'll go to a concert in a flower dress if I feel like it. I really like doing whatever. Yeah. Tonje, do you have your other styles than your favorites? But how did you call it? Your hobo goblin mode.
Hobo gremlin.
Gremlin.
Hobo gremlin is my favorite go-to.
Yeah, you
No, I
mentioned.
have a lot of different personalities. Okay, I have my slutty personality. Obviously,
Oh
everyone
yeah,
needs a
I've got
good
that one
slut.
too. I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
And I have like convention clothes that I very specifically wear at conventions, and there are 2 pair of pants that has 6 pockets in each
Ah,
pair of pants.
so you can put all the cards in and
Put all the shit in the pockets, so I don't have to wear a purse. I don't have to deal with backpacks and everything. And like I've had the whole ass T-shirt in one of the pockets. The pockets are great. We need more pockets. And then I have like my business clothes for like more formal stuff. And then I have too many personalities when it comes to clothing. But I typically
same.
only do my makeup very simple with my little extra wings and mascara. I've had so many allergies that makeup has just kind of gotten off the table for
Mm,
me. So
yeah.
I've kept it very simple. And I don't feel like experimenting. I might die. So
Yeah.
leaving it out of
Let's
that.
try not to die, please, please.
Sorry.
No, yeah, no, don't say sorry for trying not to die. Please continue doing that and don't apologize for doing that. Like, oh, I really
But I
hope you
wanna.
find out soon what you're allergic for. It seems so frustrating to like get all these allergic reactions and not knowing what you're doing wrong. That sounds dreadful.
But
It gets
can they not
boring.
like take several blood tests and like basically
Yeah.
test everything?
Yeah. So now I've finally gotten like so bad that they did a full allergy panel. So I'm waiting for results for that one now, like a
Ah,
full
okay.
panel.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised that you
Yeah.
had to get so bad because in Germany, like as soon as you sneeze wrong, they send you to an allergy test.
You can have like a regular allergy test, but that's not sufficient for what I actually needed at all, because I react to that and I have those and that's fine. But this is like I need to test to like I don't know, like hormones and like shit. Like if you're allergic
Oh,
to
yeah,
stress,
yeah.
literally, like you need to be tested to like specific things that your body is producing inside you and shit. So that's like a full panel where you create autoimmune diseases, kind of. That's when you
That's
are allergic to
crazy.
yourself, basically.
Wow.
So it's yeah. So we'll see what comes out of
Let's
it. It
hope
will be
they
interesting.
soon figure it out and that they can like, yeah,
Yeah.
help
Yeah.
you. Before we're going to like closing off a little bit, we have a little bit of a shorter episode this time because the girls all have to work tomorrow morning. I'd love to hear, is
Be
there
an
like a
adult.
funny or embarrassing moment from your stream that you'd like to share? Something that happened
Way
on
too many.
stream while you were live that you really
Pick one. Like just every time I went live,
every time.
constantly embarrassed my mom, my grandma, great grandma, and the great. No, I can't remember really anything like very specific that happened on stream.
Yeah.
I think I just have a very typical one, but I think we all have experienced this. Like you have the starting soon one. You always mute your mic, and
Oh.
then like there were already so many people in chat, but I was talking seriously for 5 minutes straight, like muted, and then I had to do everything all over again.
I
Like
have that so often. We now have a few muted emails. Guys, can someone
Oh,
share
really?
it in chat? I'm so often muted that we got an emote for it because I think it happens like once every 2 streams at this point. And I'm yeah, thank you for sharing. It's so
yeah.
it's so bad. Yeah, it's yeah. So yeah, I feel you on that one. I do. I don't know how I became like a professional streamer, you know, someone who does this for a job. I'm so bad at streaming, so bad. But yeah. Oh God.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's very typical. But like anything else?
I don't really know. Like I've done just embarrassing shit, like embarrassing dances, some weird ass cosplays and costumes, but it's obviously just for like shits and giggles.
Yeah, but it's
So
also fun, right? I also dressed up as a cow while streaming here with Gloska, and we were both cows. And you know, then we ordered sushi, so I opened the door. I opened the door so often in cosplays. It's yeah. I don't dare to go outside to cosplays, but I open the door in cosplays, and they look at me so weird every now and then. Yeah.
Okay, now something is popping up. Okay, I have 2 things.
Yeah.
Two awkward things. Okay, the first one was I was doing a 24-hour stream, and we had a sub goal, And so I had to draw a mustache and a beard and like a mother brown. So I was also ordering pizza because I did a 24-hour stream. And then the pizza guy came, and of course I had to open the door because I was alone at home. And then I said like, "Oh, please don't look at my beard," because but it was super awkward, and he was looking very weird. Like I also showed it to the chat on my door cam. It was very awkward. And the other thing was I was doing a cooking stream, so I was making pasta pesto myself. So everything was ready. I was making the chicken, but I almost had to puke, or like I almost had to vomit because I was smelling chicken. Like the chicken was spoiled.
Oh no!
So it was on stream. So it was so awkward. So like I had to throw it away, but it was quite awkward that like
you almost puked.
I never, yeah, that as well. But also like I'm doing a cooking stream. I never really do that. And then when I'm doing it, I have like spoiled chicken. So that was a bit embarrassing. Normally my cooking skills are really on point, but that stream, it wasn't on point.
Wasn't there also the story that you cooked for like and that it was way too spicy or something?
Yeah, but that's another story. But like he's just a very sensitive guy, so he got sick for 2 days and he had to puke.
Wait, he got sick for 2 days after that stream?
Yes, you're cooking.
But like, okay, no, my cooking skills are fine, okay? Trust me. But like, so like I use very hot peppers, and he already said he cannot really handle spicy food. But he was eating it and it was quite okay, but his stomach wasn't happy. So like in the evening, we were afterwards doing a horror stream, and then he got sick, and so I had to like cancel the stream, or like we had to go offline. But it's not my cooking skills. It was the very, very hot pepper. So
that you put in the dish, huh?
Yeah.
Which is your cooking.
But I had no problem. My boyfriend has no problem. I'm going to cook for my moderator this Saturday, so I will keep you posted if he gets sick or not.
Okay,
I'm actually banned from the kitchen from my boyfriend because I put too much salt, too much spice, everything. He hates it. He hates everything I cook. So he's like making a version for himself, which is plain. And then he said, "Okay, now you can go." And then I go and add my shit. And then that's how we eat.
Oh,
we like eat 2 separate meals every time.
He eats it without any spices or things?
He doesn't even eat sauces. The first kebab in Germany he had only cucumbers and meat. Nothing else. He doesn't even like tzatziki. He's learned now. Now he adds ketchup. We're in the ketchup phase. Obviously tomato sauce on his beans because he's from Northern Ireland. He eats beans on toast. So yeah, but he doesn't even like sauces.
Wow.
Oh
sauces are so important.
Yeah. Well,
no
I
candy.
know multiple people that can't eat sauce. Like we have multiple in my community. So every time we go out for dinner and they have like hamburgers or something, there's also like 2 or 3 without any sauce. There's not a single restaurant who has done that right. It's crazy.
Wow.
They don't accept it. It's crazy. Tonje, do you have any embarrassing moments after the chat?
I had to ask chat because I'm like, I can't remember half of the shit I've done on my stream. But I did a thing every like Valentine's, which was like, you could be my Valentine, right? And then I done it, I think it was 2 years, where it was like, okay, we need to step it up and like do something more interesting. So I asked my dad to come on as the judge. So you had to impress my dad to like get to be my Valentine's. And I was drinking because I already felt like a bit uncomfortable with the whole situation because my dad is my dad. But he was like, yeah, so like what porn do you guys watch? And then he started like listing porn, which was just like, oh yeah, you know, like wife cheats on husband and like anything that was only his fucking search like history. And I'm like, I passed away. That was it. That was the one that just absolutely sent me. That was the worst minute of my entire actual stream ever.
Wow,
that was
so
no.
bad.
Yeah, so that was great. There's probably a clip of it. Yeah, I can't watch. I literally get secondhand embarrassment from watching it again. I die from it. But he was great. It was a great stream. It was hilarious because
I can imagine
he was making
like
me
content
so fucking
wise is
uncomfortable
good
as well.
Oh no, 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 no.
Nope,
Oh no.
it was awful. So that was fun, but yeah, definitely very embarrassing.
Oh my god. Oh no. Oh, that's thank you for sharing that chat. Ah, Doggo! He's so cute. What's his name? Or her?
Toby.
Toby.
Toby, do you
Toto
know
and
that your
Toby.
mom bullies cat owners on the
Yeah.
internet? Are you
helps.
aware?
Abby, don't be mad at the dog for the owner's behavior.
I know who the culprit is for the cat hating.
Oh, okay. Before we go in a cat dog fight, what are your goals? Normally, the question is, what are your goals for your streaming career next year? But you can also answer, what are your personal career goals for the next year? Do you have any like written down goals, or do you just have a general goal? Like, what are your goals? Tonje, do you want to start?
Sure, I will create my goals during Christmas vacation for the next year. We have a
That's
bunch
not
this year
vacation.
for like. Yeah, I know. That's
That
what my
don't-
vacation looks like. Where I'm like planning out what do I want to do next year. No, but definitely going on vacation is going to be in my list for next year. I want to do a proper summer
I
vacation.
love that.
I haven't had that in forever, so I would
beach.
love to do that. And then my company is going to have a bunch of specific goals, which I'll be excited about. But I think personally, I just want to be healthier, happier, sleep. Yeah, more or less it. Eat a bunch of shit that sounds amazing to eat, and then just like enjoy life, I guess. Because
That
like
sounds pretty good.
I've spent so much time working and like doing stuff that I have to do. So now I'm like, okay, what can I do? What are the enjoyments that I can have? Like, those are going to be my goals.
I love that. That sounds really good. I like that. Thank you for sharing. Abby, do you have any goals?
Mm, One of my goals is definitely to make my coworkers work less, because they are close to burnt out so many times because they don't respect their own health and mental health and stuff. And at the moment, I'm just working on basically punching it in their head so they don't quit at some point and then leave me alone. So that's my current biggest goal right now, to like, I definitely want to achieve that by next year. And obviously, move to the UK, move in with my boyfriend, get married, maybe if he ever pops the question, like stuff like that. Be able to, lift a really hot lady off the floor with one arm. That's how strong I want to be. That's another goal I have. Like, want to keep the lady magnetism.
Sounds good. Those are quite some goals.
I shoot for the sky.
That's very good.
That's
Very
good.
important.
Yeah, and just once you're done with this, once I upload it on YouTube, just send this to your partner so he knows that you're waiting for that question.
Oh my god, he pranked me. Like he was like, "What's your ring size? We're going on a cruise. What's your ring size?" They didn't ask me. Thank God I didn't get my nails done.
Yeah, that's very important to have like nice nails when you're getting asked. Yeah,
and then
yeah,
he shared like a TikTok with me of a girl being like, dates we went to, and him asking a question. And it was like at the end he asked it at their first cruise together. And I was like, oh my god, he's asking me. He's going to ask me. And then
he didn't. Maybe he accidentally dropped the ring into the water and didn't dare to tell you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Oh, well. I hope you will get your goals, and I hope he will get the hints.
That's, by the way, that's what I said like in the beginning of the intro. I was like, I want you on both knees. That's what I wanted. I wanted to propose.
You better be begging, dude.
Yeah, I want the whole ordeal. I want fireworks and flowers, and I want people crying and clapping. Like it's been so long.
Yeah, but this question. Okay, so when he pops the question, do you want it to be like private and like romantic and stuff, or do you want it to be like out in the open where people will see you and stuff? So he can take notes when he sees this,
Oh my god, it's
as a personal person, I would like a private thing, but like just to humiliate him because he's pranked me.
Yeah.
I would like it to be public. in front of everyone.
Yeah.
I actually always thought that I wanted it personal, but I'm sorry, Abby. I'm so sorry, but I got engaged this year, and it was actually at a really at a party. So I had my most beautiful dress on. He was wearing a beautiful suit. All our close family was there, and it was like super nice. And apparently, everybody kind of knew during his speech that it was gonna happen, but me. But yeah, it was an absolutely beautiful picture and then a beautiful moment, and we look so good, and I love that. So yeah,
No.
Great.
as long as he does it, like it will
Yeah,
be.
as long as he does it.
Avi, how about you? What are your goals?
Well, so personal goals is to like respond faster to messages like on WhatsApp, Instagram, Discord, like every social platform. I think people will be very happy with that. Also work out more because like I have a very passive job right now, and then like next to streaming, like I'm only sitting at the office or like here in my gaming setup, and that's not very healthy. It's also good for your mental health to like go out, touch grass and stuff. But career-wise, like I really hope in the future maybe an opportunity will appear within the gaming industry. That would be really amazing because there I feel like a fish in the water, if that's an English saying, by the way. And for the rest, yeah, keep on streaming, creating amazing content. I'm trying to shift my strategy a bit to not only focus on gaming, but also more on like day vlogs, going to cool events, nature stuff. So I always focused on gaming only, but I'm so much more than just a gamer girl. So I also have a lot of other passions like traveling, working out, like, you know. So that's what I'm trying to do. And also like also due to that reason, a lot of cool opportunities are popping up right now. So I'm like insanely grateful for that. And I hope that will continue as well. So yeah.
That's really nice, and I look forward to seeing all your different streams and vlogs and stories. That's really nice.
Thanks.
My goals are my goal was starting streamers and stories, but after episode 8, I don't think I can set it as a goal. I have a little bit of a goal of like a wish more. Like I'm a full-time streamer now, and I really hope I can manage to do that. But I also don't want to feel like that that people have to give me money all the time. So it's a little bit like I look forward to seeing how long it will last. And I hope it will last a long time. But other than that, like I otherwise I hope I find a nice job where I can like really enjoy working. So it's a bit of a I hope goal, and I will of course work as hard as possible to make that happen and try to come up with fun content and things. And other than that, I think it is time for me to set a goal to do that in December to make an actual goal list for the year and go a bit more strategic into how I want to work on my stream and stuff like that. So I think that would be pretty cool. And I really want to continue streamers and stories. And thank you so much for being part of that and like sharing your stories. It's so nice to do something with other streamers and having you all take time out of your very busy schedule. So thank you so much for that. I'd like to give you guys, girls, the opportunity to shout yourself out. Like, why should people follow you, and what's coming up next? Like, are you gonna stream, Tonje? What's up next? Or shout out something else that you're proud of?
It's a secret. But if anyone is a streamer, they should join our Discord.
Okay.
Don't work with Abby. Fuck her. I'm kidding.
She just gave you 5 reasons to join me.
No, I don't have a platform that I'm using anymore, but I do have some plans in the work that is a little bit secret, but I'll share it when we get there.
I look forward to hearing what you're gonna do. Abby, how about you?
Well, I'm really bad at streaming because I don't have the time. So I will definitely be streaming eventually at some point.
Follow her to figure out when.
Yeah. maybe in 2 weeks, Maybe with someone else playing Overwatch too. getting carried.
With me? Yes.
Nice. So follow Abby and Avi for the Overwatch collab. Avi, why should people follow you, and what are you gonna stream the upcoming weeks?
Yeah, well, first of all, I want to say that you did a tremendous job today. So I really like the questions that you did, and like it was such a nice and smooth conversation. So really hands down for that, Viev.
Thank you.
But like this week on the 31st of October, like of course it's Halloween, so I might do a horror stream, even though I'm a scaredy pants. But yeah, I will do a horror stream. And then on the 1st of November, so on Saturday, I will be doing a cooking stream with my moderator. I will not make him sick. I will try not to do that. So if you wanna see it, like be there or be square, or otherwise you will hear the story from Viev.
Yeah, I look forward to hearing if you made someone sick again. Honest to God.
Yeah, I will let you know.
Nice. Before we say goodbye, oh yeah, and follow me if you don't do that. I stream. I really don't know what to say right now. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. Oh, I started The Witcher. We're playing The Witcher 3 after all this time. I actually started that, so that's pretty nice. Yeah. So
Are you gonna dress up as Siri?
maybe eventually, yeah. I've been doing
And The
daily
Witcher?
cosplays for a while now. We're done with those now, but I do love to dress up to have a little bit more immersion with the games. Yeah, I really like doing that. But yeah, I need some more black leather and strap
Yeah, you do. You would
things
look good in black
for
leather.
Siri cosplays. Yeah, it's really nice. I love. Yeah, I wasn't talking to you. Anyway, is there anything you all want to say before we raid out and call it a night?
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, same. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Enjoyable.
And that's it. I see Bears is live. She's been a guest on this podcast as well. Now it's the favorite thing of a few people here. We're gonna wave awkwardly for a really long time until we raid out because we don't have a stream ending scene. So yeah, and before we go, I want to thank my amazing guests. Thank you so much for making time in your not yet, Tonje. We're almost. Otherwise, it will be really long waving. Or just continue. You're doing great. So thank you so much for being on the Streamers Has Stories. Also, chat, thank you so much for interacting today, listening today. It was really nice. And I'm so happy with the input that you all gave and some questions that I could ask the streamers. So thank you so much for being here. I'll be back tomorrow. I look forward to it. We're going to continue with The Witcher, I think. So that's going to be nice. Then now, let's go to the awkward waving. Can we all please wave? Wave to the chat, wave to the stream, wave to the end of this video. Thank you so much for being here. Is it already feeling awkward?
Not yet.
I'm just trying out different, techniques.
It's
Okay.
a bit windy.
It's a bit windy. And we can wave a little bit longer. Chat's waving back, nice.
Do the mom wave, guys. Do the mom wave.